A pretty loaded card happened Saturday night, and we're going to discuss who passed and who failed. We'll see you in a sec.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's time for the MMA-Holes!
From the 206 studios of Arizona, UFC 299 report card live with the MMA-Holes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hello, welcome to the stream. My name is Chris Mystic Moss, King of the Dragons. I am the host of the MMA-Holes, and I'm going to talk about the UFC 299 card that happened Saturday night, who passed, who failed, and we're going to get right into it. Shout out to our sponsors, MyBookie.ag. The promo code is MMA-HOLES for that 10% match on your first deposit. MyBookie.ag, MMA-HOLES. Use the code WIN BIG. By the way, last Saturday, finally we hit on a bet boost. Finally, one of the bet boosts hit for us. So let's go, champ. Let's go. Also, shout out to oh, that's a promo code. Anyway, shout out to ESPN Plus, everyone that bought the pay-per-view through our link. The link in the description down below has everything you need for UFC, the Ultimate Fighter, the Contender Series, all the pay-per-views, the fight nights, all that fun stuff.
Wonderful, wonderful.
ESPN Plus in the description down below. Thank you. Everyone that comes back and uses our promo link, truly do appreciate that. And shout out to UndisputedBelts.com. UndisputedBelts.com is the place where you can get your customized belts. UndisputedBelts.com. All right, let's get into it. Poirier, fantastic job. Sean Omalley, good job. Chito Vera, trash job. The card overall was a decent card. It was 14 fights on it. And anytime the UFC puts together a card with 14 fights, you're like, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. I'm telling you, it's way too much for a fight card. But Saturday went pretty well for the most part. You had a little lull here and there, but for the most part, it was a good time. It ended with a fight that was dominant by Sean Omalley, that's for sure. But even watching Sean's post-fight interview and a little bit of him on Ariel or wherever the hell he's been interviewed, he doesn't seem satisfied. And there's a reason why. Because, I mean, he didn't finish Chito, which a lot of people thought Sean was going to do. And I do respect Sean for wanting to put everyone's lights out. And the performance was good. I mean, when you win every round, or maybe one round you can give the Chito. But for the most part, when you win the fight as a whole and Vera looks the way he does, well, it's a good night for you, right? But it just didn't feel like that for some reason. It just felt flat. You knock out Aljamain Sterling, who is a very solid bantamweight, right? And then you fight Chito Vera, who is ranked number 5, and you can't put him away. I think that's where the issue lies in the main event. But all said and done, the UFC got what they wanted. They wanted Sean O'Malley to win. A lot of the fans out there like Sean O'Malley. And now you can talk about what's next with Ilia Topuria and Merab Dvalishvili. And, the sky's the limit for Sean, right? So it does seem like Dana's not interested in the Ilia fight. And Ilia even kind of said, no, do what you got to do over there. I call the shots. But I think Ilia doesn't want to fight Merab because the Georgian guy deserves it, right? I think that's the reason. And Ilya's friendly with Merab Dvalishvili as well. So I think because those two are tight, Ilya's doing the right thing and saying, hey, defend your belt against Merab, and then we'll talk. And I respect that. Although I would rather see those two go at it. We'll talk about what's next for all these fighters on the card. We're going to blast through the card tonight. I just want to see what's going on in the chat. How you doing, friends? Hopefully you all wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We had a great stream on Saturday. It was a good time, man. I had fun overall. No matter what the card is, when it's a pay-per-view night and you got some big names on there, MVP making his debut, it always is a good time to hang with the best community in the world. So respect to the chat for coming back each and every time. Let's see. UFO buddy, Dustin Power is crazy. Yo, Dustin, I tell you what, super standout performance for Dustin Poirier. Really, I mean, that was a really feel-good win for Dustin. For some reason, I mean, the Conrad wins you got to put up there for sure, but him getting past Saint Denis, a guy that was very risky, and he really didn't have to fight. A lot of people were picking Saint Denis, and a lot of people picking Poirier as well. But I mean, that was a must-win and a lose-lose situation. Like, it seemed like there was no way you could win in that situation, and he got it done, and he finished him, which was fantastic. We'll talk about all that stuff as we dabble through the card. For the guy who is 6 is D-Life, so D-Life is making excuses.
Wonderful.
I mean, I would love to make excuses too. I picked Saint Denis, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take the high road because Dustin Poirier looked phenomenal. He really did, and the Saint Denis gassed out, and that's on him. Hey, City Life, what's up, man? How you doing? It says 100 people here. What the hell? Yeah, what's up with the likes, guys? What do we do with the likes? Don't be lazy. Hit the like button. It's free. What up, Holes? How you doing, Ride Drive? What up, Two Joints? Saint Denis choked. I mean, there's a lot of excuses coming from that direction. I don't know if it's quite the choke. I don't know. He actually said that he was thinking about pulling out of the fight. But he wanted to suck it up and it was a big opportunity and the card would take a pretty big hit, right? Let me look at this real quick. If Saint Denis pulled, it was a good card. So, I guess you could have moved things around. But Saint Denis and Poirier fall out. They made it a 5-round fight. And I got to be honest with you, there's a couple of knocks I'm going to put on Sean Omalley, and it's going to be praised as well. I'm going to try to stay as balanced as possible with Sean Omalley because it just feels there's something missing. There's something still missing with Sean. If you take Poirier and Saint Denis out of the equation, you do have MVP and Kevin Holland. And I guess you could have made that the co-main event, but I got to be honest with you. The card takes a massive hit, right? So if Saint Denis pulls out of this thing because of the staph infection and the antibiotics and whatever the hell is going on with them, the card takes a massive hit. So Saint Denis is a badass for showing up, getting a paycheck. He lost. It is what it is, man. Guys fight injured. Guys fight sick. I would love to make excuses for Saint Denis, but I'm not going to. And I've had in the past, I've goofed on Poirier, but I'm not going to do it tonight. I feel like it's not appropriate, man. It's a big win for the guy. He seems genuinely happy. And if we shit on him and tear him apart, he's not mentally stable. So let's give him his praise, okay? I will shit on a couple of people on this card, though. I will have my ways because there was one. I should have clipped it, actually. I still got to clip the one with Gilbert Burns' loss against Jack Della Maddalena. I mean, what the fuck? One's in the chat if you saw that reaction. I was genuinely like, ah! The fight was right there. How many times, your guy, you got the bet, he's part of your parlay. You're cruising. You're like, oh, whoa, we got this one. Gilbert Burns loses the smush face. What the? I didn't clip it yet. I can't get myself to do it. I clipped the Poirier one. Didn't clip it yet. Didn't see it sadly at the bar. All right. Well, listen. I bet you, if you went to the bar and you said that you went to the bar, you better have a pussy getting story, or I don't want to hear it, Sonosi. Because if you're not getting tail, then you should be in attendance on the MMA-Holes. If you go to the bar and you come back dry, then I don't want to hear that you were at the bar, Sonosi, okay? All I want to hear is, hey, I was at the bar getting laid, or at home getting laid from the girl at the bar. I don't want to hear you at the bar. You're either here or you get pussy, okay? Anyway, thank you. He's trying to flex that he has a life. Anyway, let's start through let's go through the whole card over here. And talk about the highs and the lows. By the way, with a couple of days past, what'd you guys think of UFC 299? Okay, we've given it ratings. I gave it like a 7.3 the night of, and I'm still around the same over there. There were a couple of things that really stood out, but the reason why they don't stand out as much is because there's 14 fights on the card, and the last card went the distance, and it was lopsided. So a lot of the things that did stand out, I kind of felt exhausted by the end of the card, right? 14 fights, way too much. It's way too much. I'm just going to say it. Way too much. I don't know, fucking spread that shit out. How do you have fights every weekend and you have a card with 14 fights on it? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, gonna be hard to beat, says Rendezvous. Let's see. Gilly was Blanca, yet Mr. Bob Magdalena may have been underestimated. No, I think people know he's very good. I mean, how is he underestimated if he was a favorite? Who said that? Old Soul? Was that you? Old Soul, how are you underestimated if you're the favorite? As you could tell, I'm still a little upset about this Gilbert Burns situation. So it still bothers me a little bit. If you think, if I feel bad with the Gilbert Burns situation and it was only $5 on him, could you imagine what Gilbert Burns feels like as he was sobbing in the crowd to RoboCop, who's been on the show, great guy. And Gilbert Burns seems like a very nice guy, family man, and I want to see Gilbert do well, but this is a devastating blow to the burn. It's devastating, man. So I can only imagine. This guy was probably on suicide watch, man. Uh-oh.
Wonderful.
I want to hear a good story.
It was my brother's 25th birthday. Kinda different scenario, lol.
Nice.
Also, all media and Benoit ruined me. God, everyone was so shocked for that Curtis upset in BDS. Well, damn.
Oh, man. All right, sorry. Fair enough. Your brother's birthday. 25th birthday. Oh, a young man in his prime. Very nice. Still got to get asked. You got to find that tail. MMA Joey's doing his show, his shirt off. How can you compete with that? There's no fucking way. I mean, I smelt that comment. Like, I actually smelt it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
You guys smell that in the chat? You smell that comment? I smelt that comment. Moss says, MMA P. Diddy. Did you just call me Puff Daddy? I wish I had his money. Gilly may have overlooked Magdalena Pardon. No, I don't think he did, man. I think towards the end, he made just a critical mistake. Got caught in the face with the knee. And you could see how emotional he was, Get all the ass next month. All right, there's Sonosi. Sonosi, 46 months as a member. Thank you, Sonosi. Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, look at all the members in the chat. I appreciate the beautiful members in the chat. Thank you so much for being a member of the channel. Oh, wonderful, wonderful human beings. Right when the reason why I'm a couple of minutes late to the stream today was like every night I've been lying next to my little 2-year-old daughter, and like I hold her hand until she falls asleep. She has this she needs this comforting that she's going through like a stage, and today was like heartbreaking because we're alive an hour earlier. The daylight savings is the dumbest thing ever. Like in Arizona, we don't have daylight. It doesn't exist, but we have to adapt to what everyone else is doing. And if I would go live an hour later, it would be 11 o'clock for some people. So that's a little crazy, right? But yes, I was dragged away from my daughter, and it was very heartbreaking. So that's why I was a couple minutes late, in case anyone was wondering. Joanne Wood pulls off a split decision over Myrna Moroz. And I got to be honest with you, I was surprised. I was very surprised that JJ still has that dog in her. I did very well, and I just have it. Her soft-spoken voice had a shit first round, came back, battered the OnlyFans girl for 2 straight rounds, and Moroz is officially a can.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But no, congratulations to Wood. I mean, she's 38 years of age, still doing her thing. So I'm very proud of Joanne. I thought she was gonna just completely fold, and that was it. It's all over. But no, she did very well. And I don't even remember. Did she lay down the gloves or some shit? I don't fucking remember. But anyway, great performance for her. Coming back in those 2 rounds and just doing her thing. Is Moroz hot? Moroz, yeah, she's attractive. Ukrainian. Go over to the IG and you can simp on her page. But yeah, congratulations to Wood. Moroz is just another pretty face on the UFC roster. Not very good. Okay. Asu Alembayev. This guy gets the unanimous decision over Vergara. I really have nothing to say. Congrats. This dude over here, we said it live on the stream. We said, how hilarious was it that Francis Ngannou not only gets knocked down for the first time, but gets taken out the night before in boxing. The guy that Dana White exiled from the UFC. Let's be honest. Exiled from the UFC. And then they grow this dude from Cuba. And people in our chat were like, oh, watch Parisian's got the experience. This guy's only 4-0-0. Watch what happens here. And then fa-ting in first round. Just ran through him. We have another heavyweight that just swings like a fucking lunatic. I mean, he looked like he was swatting planes off the Empire State Building, this guy. But he won instead of, the other guy that didn't win. This guy is phenomenal, man. I mean, I want to see more of him. Not much technique, just massive heavyweight with massive power. And he has frosted hair. I mean, yes, give this guy to me. Instantly became my favorite heavyweight fighter on the roster. And I love it, man. I love everything about Robelis Despain. Now, if you didn't see the event on Saturday night, run it back. It wasn't very long, 18 seconds. So run it back and let me know what you think about this kid. But I got chills. Loved it. And listen, Josh Parisian's not a champion, but he's still a guy that's got experience, right? So a guy 4-0-0 against a guy that's now 15-7-0. I mean, what the hell? Well, now he's 5-0, this kid. And Parisian's what? 15-8-0 he should be? I don't know why it's not updated. Yeah, 15-8-0. But anyway, I thought it was a good win. Solid. Just ran through him. It was hilarious to watch, and I love it. Let me know in the chat. Are you on the train, man? Does he need to prove more? I don't know. It feels like Ngannou all over again. Ngannou would just buzzsaw through people, just use brute strength. That's what I want in heavyweight. I don't want to see. Listen, nothing against Tom Aspinall. At least finished his guys. I don't want to see Cyril Gans. And he's finished some guys too, but still, I don't want to see heavyweights that are super athletic and can win a 5-round decision. No, fuck that. What I want to see is a heavyweight that just mauls motherfuckers. In this game, they have 4-ounce gloves. I want to see people just shut the opponent down instantly and their soul leave their body. That's what I want to see at heavyweight. And this man over here can give that to us. So I love it, man. I love this Robelis kid. He's completely healthy. Right? Didn't take any injuries in this one. So to run him back, to give him back in there, let's go. What did you guys in the chat think, that those that saw it on Saturday night or caught the replay of Robelis Despain? Did you like? Did you not like? Is he just a hype train? What did you think in the chat of that gentleman? He should cross his eyes when he screams. Then Cubans would have game. What? Fook Nightbot. Whoa, Ride Drive, you want to have sex with Nightbot? The prop was a -195 for round 1. Did you jump on it? Hype, says Wiz. Wiz is not on the train yet. 18-ounce gloves with headgear like Paul versus Tyson. I did see Sausage put that out there. Don't believe everything you're reading right now. We're still kind of premature. There's nothing really set in stone yet. So, yeah, just take everything with a grain of salt. Nothing is authorized. And let me think about this too. I know Paul versus man, why are we talking about this? Why don't we just wait until it gets closer? Like, what's he why are we talking about this shit? Yeah, I mean, they have to do something that is not a scam, that at least looks like not a scam, because it's the first event in Netflix. If it is a massive money grab situation and they're streaming this on Netflix and everyone's not happy about this, like it's a problem, right? So they have to do it in a way where they somehow sell this like it's a real fight. They'll figure it out. I don't fucking know. I don't even want to talk about it. We did a little bit on it, but I mean, well, let's wait until it gets a little closer and we have more actual details on the situation, because it is still very vague how they're doing this. Here's the picture that pops up. The big picture. Sean O'Malley got a nice shot of his cock over there in his pink shorts, and Chito weathering the storm. Ugh, man, that was Chito. I'm pretty sure Chito's that's not the performance he envisioned. I don't think, but how about me picking it on the head decision? A lot of people are like, no, Chito's getting starched. I thought that prop was pretty easy. All right, that bet was pretty easy. Let's see. Okay, so we talk about Wood. We talk about Robelis Despain. Let's talk about Michel Pereira. Got a performance and a night bonus. By the way, Robelis got a bonus as well. I think everyone with a knockout got a bonus. I'm pretty sure that's what Dana said. But Robelis gets the performance, and Michel Pereira comes out choreographed. Little dancing going on there. Dana White at the media scrum says, yeah, it's not happening again. He keeps on saying, yeah, I don't like it. It's not happening. Dana, shut the fuck up. And usually Usually you're on the money, usually good. Let these guys do their BTS dance. Let the MVP walk out as the Undertaker. Just let it happen, bro. You merged with TKO. Why you so I would love to know if Dana is so against this, how is it slipping through? Are they surprising? Are they doing this behind Dana's back? Makes no fucking sense. Dana's acting like he doesn't like it, but maybe he's just getting outvoted. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the people that, have all the shares in the company are like, listen, Dana, we like it. We're into this kind of stuff, so shut the fuck up. We're going to do this anyway. Like, it doesn't make any sense. That's never happening again. But it keeps happening. And you got to guy like MVP, sometimes the walkouts are better than the fights. Just let him do his thing. Let the crowd's paying like thousands of dollars to sit down low. $400 in the nosebleeds. Give him a fucking Undertaker walkout. Give him a BTS concert. I don't know. What is the big deal with it? There's nothing wrong with it. Like, let them do that. Now, if they're getting injured while they're performing before the fight, okay, sure. Sure, I get it. If they gas out from their little dance routine, I get it. It's ridiculous. It's silly, but people like that shit. And I'm sure they're going to clip that and put it on social media and people are going to share it. It's just going to give you exposure. So listen, I know you say you don't like that, but I don't understand how it's still happening. MVP's walkout was dope. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, we've seen it already. Dana going to fix WWE. I mean, I don't know why he keeps on saying he doesn't like her. Maybe it's just he finds it so cringy and he just wants to make it clear that he's not on board with it. I don't know. Why doesn't a reporter ask him, hey, boss, you keep on saying you don't want to see that again, but why? Like, it happened. How did it happen? Who authorized? Like, the follow-up question should be, okay, MVP did it. Michelle Pereira did it. Who authorized it? If you don't like that, why did we see it tonight? Like, these are the questions that they need to be asking Dana. I don't know why they're so fucking shitting in their pants. Maybe they're afraid they're not going to be invited back to the media scrum. I mean, it's not a horrible question. Follow up and find out what's the deal. Because it's just going to happen again.
Sonosi. You hear that jam?
Thank you for rolling Shab.
Robles is another fucking lab-grown Cuban. Started MMA late like Romero. Medalist like Romero. Romero silver in wrestling / MTKD bronze medal. Free Creech. I'm a say till the upper ranks with great grappling he kills. Last 4 fights all less than 30 seconds.
There we go. Thank you, Sonosi. Appreciate you dropping back-to-back donos.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sonosi. If you want to drop a dono, hit the Streamlabs or the Super Chat if you'd like to interrupt my blabbing. All right, but anyway, Michelle goes in there, and it was funny. Right before, I made my picks before the fights happened, and Michelle Pereira, I was like, man, I don't know, but he's on such a good roll, and Electric Chuck has spoiled the party a couple of times. I was like, what should I do here? What should I do? And I was like, screw it. I got to pick Pereira for the win. I'm so glad I did because Pereira went in there and just mowed through him like he's nothing. At 185, this dude looks like that's it. Like, it's perfect for him. So I want to see more of him at middleweight. I guess he was training too much weight at welterweight. He looked great. Looked absolutely phenomenal going in there. Thicker, more muscular, and full of life, and just killed Alexichuk in the first round. It was a very impressive performance. I want to see more of the Brazilian, and I got to be honest with you, I don't think this guy is hurt, so turn him around. The Brazilian card's right around the corner. He should be on that thing, hands down. Pay him what he seeks, and is he going to be a champion? I don't quite know yet, but he looks damn good. What do you guys think of the chat of Pereira? Do you think that this guy's going to be a champ? I mean, he looked phenomenal. And right now, middleweight, I mean, no one looks completely unstoppable. So what do you think about Michelle Pereira's chances at 185? Anyone in the chat know what happened to Jessie? Jessie is actually putting my son to sleep right now. Yeah, but she'll be back. Listen, you got to give her time. She's being a mom. She's doing a good thing being a mom, and she'll be back very, very soon. We'll be arguing and doing a lot of fun stuff. Jesse went to the store and never came back home. Actually, that's the real story, yeah. Hamas in the holes, yes, he will be champ. So Travis says he'll be champ. D-Man, my new boxing show will be up April 1st. Let's go. So, Tony, you're doing, you got something going on in your channel? Let us know. Pereira versus Pereira. You want him to fight himself, or you want him to fight Alex? Alex got his hand full. I don't know if he's going to come back down. Do you think? I mean, if he gets smoked by Jamal Hill, Yeah, maybe he will. That'd be something, though, right? Pereira versus Pereira. That'd be pretty cool. Pretty solid fight. I'd like to see that. Mas, if you have to choose Despain or Lewis. Ooh. Despain or Lewis. Despain or versus Biggie. I tell you what, Despain versus Lewis. Take my money. Biggie Boy looked good in his last fight, but he fought a big ogre that kind of looked like he sucked. I would love Despain versus Lewis at some point if Lewis is still hanging around. Oh my God. Could you, those two monsters with the power? Oh my God. Take my money for that. Crystal Girth starting a boxing only show. All right, let's go. Let's go, champ. Thanks for the update. I miss seeing her on the show. Nobody calls a fight as good as her. No B offense. I'm not, listen, nothing of.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Nothing offends me. Nothing. Ion Cutelaba was painted green, but it was all for nothing because he took a loss. Philip Lins, not the most exciting of fights, but Philip Lins did what he had to do, and he took the long nipples of Ion Cutelaba and he beat him the distance. Good win for Lins. I mean, considering Lins is 38 years of age, he still knows how to win fights. So good for him. Is it a fight I'd rewatch? No. And Ion Cutelaba, I mean, man, he's just kind of in limbo right now. I don't know what to think about Ion Cutelaba. He's fun at the face-offs. He's fun in the first round. And that's about it. I mean, people could beat him. So, yeah, that's that. Pedro Munoz losing to Kyler Phillips. Knew that Jesus was going to get the job done on this. Unanimous decision. Munoz is not the scary guy he used to be with his power. It seems like it just doesn't hit as hard as it used to be. Still a solid bantamweight. Could cause problems for some people coming up. But when it comes to the lab, not the dog, the gym in Arizona, the lab, MMA lab, Kyler Phillips comes out of there and he looks very, very good. You have that dude, I forgot his name, but the guy, he's got like a really old face, but he's kind of young. I forgot his name. What's that dude's name? But he's really good. Another guy out of the lab. It's phenomenal. So, I mean, there's some real good prospects coming out of that gym. And this Kyler Phillips looked really good against Pedro Munoz. So he's right in the mix now. I wonder, he said he has no problems with fighting Sean O'Malley. I mean, you got guys in the same gym that are going to eventually run into each other because they got some really good talent. So Kyler Phillips, I'm not saying he's a champion, but boy, he took a big step in the right direction. Gamrot sucks. I fucking can't stand him. But he did win, beat RDA. RDA did everything he can. He survived the fight, but I mean, he's just not the same guy that he was before. He's older, and Gamrot kind of bullied him out there. Did a lot of humping and grinding, and Gamrot knows how to get his hand raised. That's one thing about him. But when I look at Gamrot, I see the definition of a gatekeeper. I see this. I don't know. I just feel like he's just gonna go, good, and full, good, and full. He apparently helped out Poirier, so I guess those guys aren't gonna fight each other at some point. But I don't know. I'm good with Gamrot, man. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about him? I every time I see him on a card, I'm like, oh, God damn it, here we go again with this guy. But what do you guys think? He's good. There's no doubt about it. He knows how to get his hand raised. But boy, he bores the hell out of me. What do you guys think? Do you like him? Am I being too hard on Matthias Gamrot? What do you think about this dude? We're going to listen to a couple of the interviews on the Ariel stream, see what I missed there. I tried so freaking hard to listen to O'Malley's interview, and I just couldn't do it. And then I tried to listen to a little Poirier's to get some content, and I just couldn't do it. I'm going to try again tonight. I'm going to try on the stream, listen to a little bit, and pull some information out of there. But God damn, it was so boring. Dark horse of the division, but boring, says Sonosi. So would you consider him? I mean, he's ranked number 5, right? So I wouldn't quite go dark horse right there. I mean, but he's good. He's boring. I don't care about a gay rot. I think you spelled his name wrong, bro. 2 joints. Let's see. Gamrot is like Emmett. Interesting. Yeah, because Emmett's kind of like but Emmett smokes people. Emmett can fucking take people's take people's souls. You don't get that with Gamrot too much. I mean, he can finish people, but he almost finished me watching it. I almost got finished watching his fight. Anyway, let's move on. Speaking of getting finished, man, Macy Barber, I tell you what an ass.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's all I got to say. I mean, she got the job done against a girl that knows how to win decisions, right? Formerly known as Chukagian Salmonara. Saramanara. She's not Chukagian anymore. She got married. But, yeah, listen, Macy got the decision win and great ass.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Let's see. Oh, my God. You ready for this? So, good for Curtis Blades. Good for Curtis Blades. I picked Jelton Almeida. I thought he was going to dominate him. And he did the first round. I mean, a lot of people weren't happy about it. A lot of humping and grinding going on over here. But Curtis Blades, who got just owned in that first round, there were some moments where while he was getting humped, he was kind of looking up at the clock, looking over to his corner, nodding like everything's going to be okay. And what does he do? He goes in there and he knocks this man unconscious, like annihilates him. As this guy's sniffing the jock, Curtis Blades is driving hammers to the side of his head until the point of Almeida's, you could just see the soul leave his body. And Curtis Blades gets his hand raised and rides off into the sunset. He's back in the mix. Tom Aspinall is a guy that he wants to run it back with because Aspinall got hurt. And Aspinall said yes. So Aspinall Blades 2 for the interim belt. There's a part of me that would not mind seeing Curtis Blades be the champion. There is a part of me. I know there have been fights where Blades has been in some boring ones as well, but I like Curtis Blades. I truly do. And I would love to see, I mean, after a win like this, stopping the Almeida train, I mean, Almeida looked like no one was going to even come close to beating this dude. And what does Blades do? He finishes him, which that actually kind of shocked me. I'm not going to lie. Even though it's heavyweight with that kind of power, you just never know. But I didn't see that coming. And you got to wonder, too, these guys that are sniffing the jock, like, isn't there a thing like head positioning? Once you get hammer fist a couple of times, don't you move your fucking head or back off and say, all right, I'm not going to do that anymore? I never understood, like, you really want to sniff that fucking cock so much and to the point where you're just going to go out cold. I never understood that. Like, guys that are there that are repetitively getting hammer fist in the side of the head, wouldn't you be like, push them off and be like, all right, bro, I don't want your cock anymore. Like, wouldn't that happen? But some of these dudes are just so confident in their grappling that they think, oh, I'm just going to have a headache tomorrow. I'm going to keep on fucking sniffing this thing until I break them and take them down. I might go unconscious. Like, it doesn't make any sense. After like 4 or 5 hammer fists to the side of the head, maybe move your head, I don't know, or push off or get the hell away. Somebody's going to just keep their head there. That's like they right on the side of the head over and over and over again. You can never have enough cock. Maybe that's what it is. The love for cock is too strong. You're willing to go unconscious in order to get a sniff of that dick. Maybe that's what it is. John Almeida just loves cock. But Curtis Blades defended himself. After getting raped in the first round, he took care of business and destroyed Almeida. And now here he is. People are saying title shot. Isn't that crazy? John Jones, still going to come back? We don't know. I got to be honest with you. I don't even know if John's coming back. I don't know if I believe it. Do you think that Bones is coming back? The dude looks like... John Jones looks horrific. Let me see if I can get a picture of Johnny Bones. If someone could slide into the Discord of him like looking like he's stung by a bunch of bees. He doesn't look good at all. He doesn't look like he's remotely close to being in fight shape. And as he gets older, I wonder if the fire is still quite there. Let's see. Let me scroll through here. I remember someone put a picture up of Bones. He looks like a bag of chocolate milk. In a bag of chocolate. Looks like a bag of chocolate milk.
A black man can't drink.
By the way, I can't make any more black jokes, guys. I'm sorry. There was a woman that came in our previous live stream, and she said that she is. I feel I should read it, but I'm just gonna paraphrase. She basically said that she was very offended by my commentary during the Holland and MVP fight. And I thought about it. I was like, man, was I too rough? Basically, I said something about black on black crime in front of Donald Trump or something like that. And she took high offense to that. And I was like, man, as I'm reading this comment, I'm like, man, I said some way worse shit than that. I was like, I was like, I said way worse. I was calling Chukagian. I was saying she looked like the burnt version of Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool. I said some pretty nasty shit. You know, like everyone's getting joked. I'm joking about everybody, but God forbid I joke about like one specific race. Everyone catches it. Even myself, you know, my old self. I get it too. But yeah, that comment, that put her over the edge. I was like, damn, man. I was like, that's so fucking weird, man. And I don't want to roast her too much because there's not enough women in our community. We need more women out here, you know? It's a sausage party. 7% female audience for almost 8 years straight, just 7%. And I think, honestly, I don't think we're that bad of a community, you know? But let me know if I went too far. Black on black crime in front of Donald Trump. Was that a horrific thing that I said? I mean, I don't know.
Come on, get loud.
MMA-Holes in the crowd.
Come on, get loud. MMA-Holes in the crowd.
MMA-Holes in the crowd.
MMA-Holes in the crowd. MMA-Holes in the crowd.
Respect 206. Thank you so much.
If you was a betting man who comes back first, Connor or the drunk Bones Jones?
Oh, boy. Let's say John. And I thank you, Sausage. I just saw in the Discord it popped up. That's one thing I got to say about Sausage. He's on it. He's on it. Thank you so much, Sausage. And thank you, 206, for that $6. I'm going to spend it wisely. Thank you for being wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, here's John Jones. Even looking like this, I'm going to say John comes back because I was just watching Connor was doing like, he's doing like touring for Roadhouse or Roydhouse, whatever you want to call it. Here's John right now. This is John Jones. This is why I think, you know what? Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades, that might be for the undisputed belt. That might be. Because this dude looks, I mean, what the hell? He even got the skinny arms and the thick body. He looks like a fucking sausage.
Sausage, if you don't block my sausage.
He does. Ironic that Sausage posted this on here. I mean, he looks like a damn sausage. I don't think I could say that because he's black, right? I can't say that, guys. Am I not allowed to say that? But man, I don't know, man. I'm having a feeling that Aspinall versus Blades might be the undisputed, might be for the undisputed belt. It could be. Someone get this guy high right now. Looks like a full-blown alcoholic. I mean, yeah, he's enjoying life. And I'm not trying to just fat shame this guy. The reason why we're looking at him like this is because it's like, well, this guy is supposed to be coming back and fighting Stipe, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. He's touring around and showing people some moves and stuff and tricks of the trade. I hope he does come back. I like John Jones fights. I like John Jones fight weeks. I like when John Jones makes mistakes. It's fun. It's all fun. So I hope John comes back, man. I really do. But it doesn't look like it. What do you guys think in the chat? Who would come back first, Connor or John Jones? I still want to say John because I think Connor's just flying high on the movie stuff and cocaine. You think his dick? You think he had too many dick pills? He'll come back. Jack. Probably going to be Gon versus Stipe. Boy, oh boy, I don't want to see that. Although Gon does look pretty good. It would be, you know, why can't we make Gon versus Blades? Why is that not happening? Why is Gon dodging Blades? Why can't I just see Gon versus Blades? Is that too much to ask? I mean, I would like to see Blades versus Aspinall too, but I don't know. I want Gon versus, I want to see Curtis Blades beat the shit out of Cyril Gon. Is that too much to ask? Curtis Blades, can you beat up Cyril Gon for me, please? Gon versus Blades, winner gets Tom. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Cool with that. I would love to see Gon versus Blades. That'd be a good scrap. I mean, I feel like Gon is like nowhere, like he just wants to go nowhere near this dude. Connor was at the bar for $2.99 and looked like shit. Connor's getting old. There's that video. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Hey, he's getting old. Was he 35 now? You know, he parties a lot. That's the thing. I tell you what, I had a beer the other day. I feel like shit. Whiskey business, baby. Conor is having a lot of fun. You have a lot of fun. It ages you very quickly. You drink, it literally decreases. Every sort of young part of you is gone. Like it just starts leaving you. So, you know, he's having a damn good time. Conor McGregor he doesn't look like himself, that's for sure. Let's see. UFC 299. I did see the video of him. Oh, here we go. Here he is. Yeah, he looks like he's got the big steroid face. Everyone knows I'm a Conor guy. I'll still root for Conor. I want him to come back. There's nothing better than a McGregor fight week. And after seeing Sean O'Malley fight, I was like, man, I miss Conor so much. You know? I will say this, though. Sean O'Malley seems like a super cool dude. And we're going to get to this Sean O'Malley fight very soon. He seems like he's cool. Like, he actually seems like a stand-up dude. I don't know about straight because, you know, his fashion choice. But still, a straight-up dude. He does. He seems like a really cool guy. But here's Conor.
I'm here at Little Woodrow's watching the UFC card with all these amazing UFC fans.
Got the veneers going. Everyone that gets veneers, it's like women with breast implants. It's like, look at my tits. People get veneers. They're like, look at these teeth. Just look at them. Don't you love teeth? It's such a creepy, weird thing. Why do people in veneers? But there was a picture of Dana White with shitty teeth. I never knew that. So I guess Dana White got veneers too. But just look at my fucking teeth. Looking like a horse out there.
Watching the UFC card with all these amazing UFC fans.
Make sure you get a good shot of the teeth. There he is. He's on the sauce. All sorts of sauce. Yeah, alcohol ages you. Dude's like doing a Stevie Wonder head. That's a new thing. I just called to say I love you. I just called to rip you in the bathroom. Did he sing that song? I just called to say I love you. And we do cocaine in the... All right, stop it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he's living his life. He's living his life. Bastard. Oh, so rich. So rich and famous. Must hate him immediately. Alrighty. I'm putting in for monetization. I forgot to do that. Hold on a sec. All right, what else we got? Where we leave off before I went down. Oh, Curtis Blades. Yeah, so I like Curtis Blades. What do you guys think of Curtis? Remember not that long ago, everyone was shitting on Curtis Blades? What was it, the Volkov fight? Which one was it? I think it was the Volkov fight. You know, everyone, it's so quick how people can just turn on an athlete and then turn around and love an athlete. It is weird. There was a time where people could not stand Curtis Blades, but he just beat a guy who bored everyone against Derek Lewis, right? So right off, now everyone loves Curtis Blades. That's it. Just takes one fight. Dude, wedding sing. Yes. When the MMA-Holes falls apart, I'm going to go to wedding sing. I'll just go back to DJing. He okay, just neutral with him. Never love or hate him. Yeah. He's a cool dude. My experience, like through emails with him, he's a very nice guy, but little like weird. He's like a giant child. It's strange. I didn't follow up with them because we had this like weird conversation online to get him on. He agreed to come on, but like it was like this weird, like I felt like I was talking to a toddler and I was like, all right, I don't know. He like handles his business and I was like, all right. But very nice guy. All right, let's move on. How about that Peter Yan? Apparently he hurt his leg in the first round, but he's notoriously a slow starter. And as the fight progressed, he looked phenomenal. He looked great. Standing like a fucking Australian kangaroo. I don't know what that's a word. Diaz, brother? What's that about? Why the fuck? Why is he standing like a kangaroo? Anyway, beat BTS. I was very happy about that because Song Yadong is a guy that I usually enjoy, but then he got a little weird at the press conference, got a little fruity for me, and I was out. I left the Yadong side of things, and I picked Peter Yan, the decision win, got it, hit it on the head. Very happy for Peter Yan, and he called out Chito. I think he said Chito and then Sean next after that. It is weird when you're watching Chito get battered for 5 straight rounds and then you call him out. Like, that's fucking weird. Right? Little strange. Marlon Vera was getting his shit pushed in for 5 straight rounds. I'll fight him next. But I guess, I guess you could do that. Peter Yan bounces back in the win column. I tell you what, you could put him back. He's only, 31 years old? 31 years old? I think he could make a run again. I don't think it's crazy to say. It's not impossible. The person to get past is Merab. If somehow Merab could, vanish or go up another weight class, he's the only one in the way. If Merab wasn't there, I'd say, you know what? I think Peter could be a champ again. I do. Stream keeps buffering. Oh, not on my end. No, I got it on in the background. Clean. Let me see the quality I have it on, though. It's on 720. Yeah, I'm going to pump it up to 1440 in the background and see if it, and buffering for anyone else? Might have to lower the quality. Let me know if anyone else is having any troubles, but I do have it on the background and the YouTube stream is pretty clear. It might be the cats. Could be. Yan is done. He can't hang with the top 10 gatekeepers. All right, well, let's look at the rankings. Let's take a peek. Let's see. I think Merab's the only guy that's a problem. Listen, you remember how close that Omalley fight is? That last Omalley fight was razor sharp. So Yan is number 4. Okay. Corey could be trouble. Although I think, Corey could be trouble. Aljo's out of the weight class. Merab is the only other one. So, I mean, Corey, yes, we can say that could be problematic, but I think he could beat Omalley. I do. Man, a 5-round fight for the title. Peter Yan, Sean O'Malley. I wouldn't mind seeing that down the road if Yan wins another fight. I mean, you got Henry Cejudo. Song Yadong just lost. Figueiredo's up at 135, but he's got to fight Cody Garbrandt. Dude, I think you can make an argument. Corey Sandhagen and Merab, 2 guys that could be a problem, though. You were hating on Sean O'Malley. Don't be a hypocrite. Did I start talking about Sean yet? I spoke about it in the beginning. I said good things and bad things. How would you like me to talk about Sean? Because I'm about to talk about him very soon. Before I get there, let me know what would make you happy. Because that I aim to please. I want to make sure I talk about Sean O'Malley in the most, I want to coddle Sean so I make you happy, okay? Because I know it's a very tricky thing to talk about Sean O'Malley. God forbid you say anything too bad about the fucking clown.
Wonderful.
God forbid. Sonosi.
I'm selfish. Want Yan to fight one of the following if only for fighting for name value. Cody, Figgy, Triple C or Cruz.
Okay, following it. Hold on a second. Let's see. I'm selfish. I want Yan to fight one of the following if only for fighting for a name value. Cody, Figgy, Triple C or Cruz. Ooh, Cruz. I don't know what's up with Dominic Cruz. Like, I thought Cruz versus Cejudo was the fight to make, the rematch. But Cruz is kind of, did he retire? I don't know what happened there. Let's see. Triple C. I wouldn't mind seeing that. He says he's not done. Figgy. I like it. The Cody Garbrandt is in the way, and who knows? Cody might be making another run. But I wouldn't mind seeing any of those fights for sure. Thank you, Sonosi. By the way, I got Helldiver 2. Subscribe to Gummy Gang. I'll be playing it on Gummy Gang. And I'll squad up with you guys if you got the game as well. We'll hop in the Discord. We'll play a little Helldiver, and I'll be really bad at that. Okay? So Helldiver 2, check it out. It's $39.99 on PlayStation Store, in place, whatever. Who knows? JL, thank you. 9 months being a champion. Jan versus Umar. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I really like that fight. Yeah, Umar is someone I keep on forgetting about. Where's Umar sitting now? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, now I got Stevie Wonder stuck in my head. Umar. Although I still want to see the Umar Sandhagen thing. Yeah, Umar's at 10. But he definitely looks pretty good. He's in the top 10 now, officially. Still got to do some work, though. You know? But Umar, I would like to see that. I wouldn't mind that at all. If you're Peter Yan, though, you're not going to fight the number 10 guy after that win. You want to look ahead. For sure. Especially because of that weird run that he was on. Is it confirmed, Umar Sandhagen? Did they make a date? Because I think I heard that Sandhagen did commit to it, but I don't know if they signed any contracts or anything. Helldivers 2, haven't picked it up yet, but looks fun. Yeah, I played a little bit last night. I was sick as a dog last night. I don't know what happened. Someone was saying I was congested Saturday, and I guess they were right, because yesterday, dude, I was fucked up. But I got a little Helldivers. I played a little bit, and I was horrible, but it was hilarious. It's a very funny game. Okay. All right. We're all over the place. We didn't even really get into the top 2 fights over here. If you're just jumping in, hit the fucking like. But yeah, I liked Jan's performance a lot. Not surprised. Okay, you ready? Turn it off here. Turn the stream off right now if you're a team Della Maddalena, because I got a bone to pick with that guy. I got 2 kids to feed. You know? I got a show that I run off of donations and my sponsors. So $5, putting it on a fighter is very important to me. And I had this parlay together. Not like it was, actually, it would have hit, right? Hold on. What did I have? Burns? What was the parlay? It was Burns, Omalley, and what was the other fight? Oh, what was it? It was Burns, Omalley. Oh, maybe I wouldn't have hit it, because I think Saint Denis was in there. Oh, I wouldn't have hit it. Okay. But anyway, fuck you. Della Maddalena. You bastard, man. Burns was murking you the whole damn fight. Let me look at the stats per round. I didn't check this out yet. Okay. All right. So you did have more strikes, total strikes for Maddalena, 23-20 in the first round. But then you had the 3 takedowns for Gilbert Burns over here. The significant strikes were identical at 18. What was the control time? Oh, it doesn't have it on here? What the fuck? Hold on. I guess I go to ESPN. Let's go to Fight Center. ESPN Fight. I tell you what, ESPN, the UFC's website is pretty ass. Pretty ass. I mean, it looks okay, but it doesn't give you the information that you need. Okay. I just called. Oh, it doesn't have per hour? Oh my God, what the hell? So it just has it overall. So 5 minutes of control time. So it just has the overall stats. Damn, man. Why don't they have per round the control time? That's annoying. It's pretty irritating. Anyway, okay. So I mean, it looks like on here a close round. I don't know. I gave it to Burns. Or I could. You know what? Well, hold on a second. I'm remembering this wrong. I think it was split going in, right? Yeah, because this is 24-11. You had the 2 takedowns for Burns. Yeah, so I think they split it 1-1, and then going into the third, that's when Gilbert was doing phenomenal, and then all of a sudden got clipped with the knee, and away we go. But hold on a second. Let me look at the scorecards. I'm trying to refresh my memory. UFC news. My head's still cloudy. I don't remember everything. I'd be lying. I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't go to the scorecards here. Look at that happy Dustin Poirier. He's so happy. How's the Kevin? Oh, did I pass it? Saint Denis. What am I doing? Oh, I didn't pass it. What are we doing here, Papa? Okay. All right. What Rodriguez gave Gilbert Burns? All right, the 1 and 2. Christopher Lee gave Gilbert Burns 1 and 2. And Sal D'Amato had some night. I saw the thing that Guru put up there, a 10-8 round that was like by Omalley. That was like, what the fuck? But yeah, he gave the first one. But I mean, if you look at the actual stats on the thing, I guess you could make an argument. I don't remember the first round. Now I'm thinking about it. But I could have sworn that Burns was cruising, that he was up 2-zip. Then the third round, so 2 of the judges agreed with me. So if all Burns had to do, he could have even lost that round. Didn't even matter. He lost that round. He's still getting his hand raised. All Gilbert Burns had to do was survive. That's it. That's all he had to do. It was in the bag, locked and loaded. Gilbert Burns beats a guy that's a hype train and Jack Della Maddalena. By the way, a guy in Jack that I typically do like. It's a dangerous guy. Gilbert Burns was the underdog. Gilbert Burns was given an incredible value at a plus, was it like 160 or some shit like that? Anyway, Gilbert was plus money in that fight. And he gets clipped. Rolls over. Jack batters his fucking head into the mat. Then he's crying into Gregory Rodriguez's arms outside of the cage. That's it, Gilbert. It's over. It's over, man. It's over. That was your opportunity to shush the Maddalena train, to shush the doubters, to help me try to win that parlay. You know? Gilbert Burns was a guy a lot of people were like, oh, you know what? This is a good underdog pick. Good underdog pick, right? And what happens there? He gets fucking caught with the knee. Disgrazia. That's all I got to say is disgrazia, man. Like, you blew it. As the great Adam Sandler said, you fucking blew it. How old's Gilbert? Gilbert is 37. It's over. It's over, Gilbert. His career is over. That's it. You blew every chance. It's all over, man. You had a shot. You had a fucking shot to come back, get into the mix, be a player, and you blew it all. The only way Gilbert Burns could be slipped back into some sort of conversation and on a title run is if he takes something on short notice. You know, if someone gets injured and Gilbert Burns says, "Hey, I'll fight," slides in there. I mean, it was a shame, man. Real shame. I actually feel bad for him as much as, I'm horsing around about Gilbert Burns. But Jack had a great comeback win. And listen, 2 comeback wins on this card that really stand out. His is one of them, and one's coming up in a second. So congratulations to Jack Della Maddalena, but I'll never root for you again with that damn smushed face of yours. And I mean, listen, Jack's got some issues, but the good news for Della Maddalena is he's only 27 years old. So if he can fix a couple of issues here and there, he could be a dark horse. He would be a dark horse. Gilbert knocked the Fook out. Yeah. Don't remind me. Thank you, Casey, gifting a membership. Very nice of you, Casey Jones. Thank you.
Members, please get on your knees and satisfy Casey.
Sonosi, did Jack call out Shavkat? Is that true? I didn't hear the call out. I was so busy. I was busy sulking and crying. Is that true? Did he call out Shavkat? If he did, that is pretty nuts. That is a ballsy call out. Is there any truth to that? He said, yeah. Wow. No respect. Shavkat is going to eat this dude up and he's going to spit him out, man. But that is ballsy. That is pretty ballsy, man. Yo, Jack mows through Shavkat. That'd be nuts. Shavkat said he's down? What? Is it? He answered on Twitter too. The question is, with the UFC, hold on, what's the rankings at now? Would the UFC go for something like that? I mean, that's very risky. Jack beat Burns. Man, that was so true. So Burns had it like he was in the Dustin Poirier situation. Takes a fight against a guy, Jack, at number 11. Oh my God, devastating. Oh my God. So I'm curious where Jack's going to move up. Come Wednesday, I guess we'll find out where Jack sits in the rankings. Shavkat is at number 3. I mean, if Della Maddalena just skips the whole damn line and moves to 4, then I could say, okay, maybe Shavkat can take it and not lose too much in the rankings. If he loses, which that's not going to happen anyway. But I don't see, do you think that Jack is going to move up to number 4? He's got past Colby, Ian, Sean Brady. I mean, Steve Thompson, Jeff Neal, okay. Vicente Luque. He got injured, right? So, yeah, I could see him passing those guys. But, Colby's coming off a loss. Ian Gary, I don't know if he passes. And we don't know what's going on with Bilal. We don't know if Kamaru is going to... Yeah, Shavkat might have no choice. If Jack is up in top 5, he might have no choice. Oh, Shavkat's got an easy one there. No offense to Jack. Jack's, listen, he's a savage. He's a beast. Like he's a tough dude. But Shavkat's... Colby Burns. I mean, you know what? I would love to see that. Colby Burns, I would fucking love to see that. Yeah, because... Yeah, I tell you what, though. No, I would rather see Colby versus Gary. Yeah, that's got to happen. Machado Gary versus Colby Covington needs to happen. That has to happen. I don't know, man. I don't know what Burns. I mean, that's a pretty big hit.
Super chat.
Operator 84.
Sean O'Malley is going to lose Morib.
I agree. He's going to lose him. What, like misplace him or lose to him? Thank you. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you, Operator 84. Thank you to all the donators. Round of applause.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Seriously, appreciate you guys. Okay, so let's move on from this. Let's get into the MVP versus Kevin Holland. Well, I didn't have any money on this one. For the reason of what went down on Saturday. I in the back of my head, I'm saying it's not impossible for MVP to win this fight, and I think MVP looked pretty good. Got his hand raised, got the decision, had a good walkout with that Undertaker walkout. It was pretty cool. The first 2 rounds were pretty exciting, and then the third round happened, and one of my biggest criticisms with MVP is like he looks to put you out for the first couple of rounds, and then when he knows he has it in the bag, it kind of like he does the safe approach, and it just kind of gets, I don't know, it just gets a little weird, and I feel like he doesn't seize the moment and go for the kill, like he kind of backs up and does his showboating, and you saw Kevin Holland was getting a little annoyed, and Kevin was like, come on, man, let's fight, I hate that shit. I can't stand that stuff. But with that being said, Kevin Holland had to get a win, right? This is his UFC debut. He is 36 years of age, right? So he got into the UFC a little bit later than he wanted to, and he just had to get his hand raised. That was the important part, right? That was, at the end of the day, hey, if you're not going to be able to finish him, then just at least know that you got your hand raised and you can move forward and call your shot up the rankings. So I understand the mindset behind why Michael Page did that, and I got to say, every time Mike hits the mic, he's a likable guy. Venom Page is he's a very likable guy. If he was a UFC champion, it would be phenomenal for the UFC. He would be so much fun for the UK fan base to back and support because he has the flashy style that makes it interesting. So I like the theatrics. I like everything. I just don't like that third round. And I'm hoping that moving forward, that MVP will have that killer instinct and try to put people down, even if it's late in the fight. Even if you have it in the bag, he's still going to try to get the job done. And that's something I have to give Sean O'Malley credit for. He tried to finish Chito no matter what. Even though he had that fight in the bag, he tried to finish Chito. So one thing I do have to give respect to Sean O'Malley is that he always was looking for the kill. And I don't see that in Venom Page. I see him trying to get the finish, but when he realizes he's got it locked up, it's like, okay, let's dance now. Let's fucking do a TikTok dance. So I don't know. Good for him. I'm glad he got the win. And I want to see, I want to see more in the upcoming fights. So let me know. Do you think Venom Page is going to be a champ? I mean, he is 36 years of age. Definitely a good striker. Dangerous for sure. And how about Kevin Holland's chin? This dude's chin, man. He took some shots. Some of those spinning elbows that came in there, Holland just ate it like it was nothing. So credit to Holland, man. He's a tough dude. He tried everything he could to beat MVP, but he just was not successful. So let me know what you thought of the fight. What do you think of MVP? Blah, blah, blah. Hell no. be fun versus Leon. I agree. I think him versus Leon would be fun. He's boring, says Kazaa. He's too old. Holland, Iron Shin. That chin was nuts, man. Sup, Craig. That's not how MVP fights. He fights just to get his hand raised. Personally, I thought MVP looked great. All 3 rounds I enjoyed. Wow. I mean, I hated that 3rd round. I did not like it. Especially towards the end of that round. It was just like, damn, man. That's why I got to give respect to Omalley. Yo, Omalley almost got he got cracked with that body shot. Because he was trying to go for the kill. Omalley he almost got Kamaru Usman. You know? That's very dangerous to do, especially if you're a champion. And, Omalley doesn't give a shit. He tries to go for it.
Wonderful.
Senosi making it rain. Let's go, champ.
MVP made me cash, so that paid off. I think either Wonderboy or even Ian Gary could be options. Crazy after this fight he is ranked. It was amusing enough. He out-annoy Holland.
Yeah, man, he did out-annoy Holland. I do agree. Did they put him on the rankings? Hold on. Thank you, Senosi. I don't see him here. He'll be in the rankings, though, when come Wednesday. Yeah, he'll be in the rankings come Wednesday. All right. So, yeah, congratulations on MVP for the win. He out-Hollanded Holland. Yeah. Yeah. That's got to be crazy for Holland, right? I mean, I'm sure he did not take that well afterwards. All right. Poirier versus Saint Denis. A 5-round scrapped that didn't need the 5. It only went 2. First round, Saint Denis looked very good. Actually, there's no, why look at the cards? First round, Saint Denis was just looking phenomenal. 53 total strikes to 14. 2 takedowns. Poirier kept on going for the guillotines. It's actually funny how Poirier spoke about he'll always go for the guillotines. And it's very dangerous, right? Because a lot of these guys are burning out their arms and they're constantly chasing for that neck. But Poirier didn't. Poirier has a great gas tank, even in his 30s, late 30s, doesn't matter. Poirier's got, he's got the heart, he's got the gas tank, he's got the dog in him. And after a very tough first round, he shakes it off. He goes off into the second round, and you could see Saint Denis' mouth dropping open. Now, it could be because of the staff. It could be because of the antibiotics, like he's saying. Very much so. Saint Denis went balls to the wall in that first round. Poirier did say he felt very strong, but he also did say that his power, when it came to his punches, he expected more from. He got hit by Conor, the hardest hitting guy in the world, right? So, I mean, after getting hit by that, everyone else, it's like getting hit with like a pillow. But anyway, he did say that about Saint Denis, and who knows? I mean, it could have been the perfect storm. It could have been Saint Denis at the wrong time. He said that he was thinking about pulling out of this fight. Regardless, he showed up. He had a solid first round, and it fell apart in the second. All hats off to Dustin Poirier. This was a massive win for the guy, solidifying him in the UFC Hall of Fame for taking a dangerous fight like this. Like what Gilbert Burns did, like taking a fight against a guy that's ranked number 10? Where was Saint Denis at? Poirier is number 3 and Benoit's number 12. So, I mean, taking a guy that low in the rankings, coming off a massive head kick win against Frivola, it's dangerous. There's really not much to get from that. You beat the guy, he's ranked number 12. You lose to the guy, well, you were number 3, not anymore. And you're getting paid a lot per fight, right? So I'm sure the UFC wouldn't mind seeing you drop down those rankings, But no, he sits in place, and now he's putting himself in place to fight Makhachev, and Islam and the people over there are in. Ali Abdelaziz is in. Some people are crying on the internet that say that Dustin doesn't deserve it, but when you have Gaethje versus Max Holloway for a dopey BMF belt, well, Gaethje, that ship has sailed. Unless Gaethje knocks out Holloway swiftly in the first round, which I don't know if that's going to happen. Since Max hasn't been knocked out either. Maybe this is the year of people not getting knocked out. This could be that year. But yeah, P-Head Poirier gets the job done. I've been hard on Poirier before, but I cannot be hard on Poirier for that performance on Saturday. That was phenomenal. It was great, man. I actually felt really good for Dustin. And Saint Denis is not going anywhere. You know, he'll get off the antibiotics. He'll mow through some people again. He'll be right back in the mix. So it's not a massive loss. And Saint Denis, I mean, he fought a number 3 guy, you know, and dominated in the first round. So he'll be fine. He'll be back in the mix. No problem about that. But Dustin is right there. You got Charles Oliveira fighting at 300. So Islam still looking for an opponent. He didn't want to fight during Ramadan. Guys, it could be P-Head versus Islam. Islam might give Dustin Poirier another shot at the belt. What do you think? Does he deserve it? What do you think? I say go for it. Why not? Let Poirier take another swing at it. If Poirier keeps on jumping guillotines against Islam, though, I don't know how that's going to play out. I also don't know, you know, where Islam's going to gas, but maybe it's his time now. Imagine Poirier finally, I keep on calling P-Head. Imagine Poirier finally gets that belt. I mean, he got the interim strap. Imagine he finally actually gets the undisputed. What do you think? Will it happen? Will Dustin Poirier get it done? I'm going to go over to Twitter and let's see what the Jedi has with his interview with Ariel. I'm sure Dustin's flying high, and he should be. He should be flying high. I mean, what a performance! It was great, man. The card could have ended right there, and we would have left on a very high note. You know, it could have left there. I would have been good, but it was a pay-per-view. We need to see that title fight. And speaking of title fight, there's Sean O'Malley. Let's see. All right, Poirier. Boy, he said a lot, huh? Let's see. We'll look at the Michael Venom Page stuff too. I didn't hear what he said.
Underdog and all the buzz surrounding him and France and all that stuff. Chip on your shoulder? Is it fair to say you had that?
I mean, every fight's a chip on my shoulder. That's just the kind of fighter I am, you know. But just more surprised and wondering why, you know, the odds makers had me at, I think, plus 200 on some websites. Like, why? Maybe because I lost. I was just really like picking my brain. Like, why? Too bad I can't freaking bet, man.
Yeah. But what about just like, you know, being the underdog and all the buzz surrounding him? And
too bad I can't freaking bet.
And all that.
He probably threw a bet in. I mean, you just call up a buddy, say, do this, and, you know, throw some. I mean, come on. I don't believe that UFC fighters don't bet. I don't believe it. I feel like guys that have dabbled in the gambling game, what are they? The UFC like, no, you can't bet. All right. Funnel some money some direction. Let someone else place the bet. I mean, it's not that hard to do.
Aw, super chat.
As a man, I want my lotion to burn a little bit.
Wonderful.
What does that even mean? Thank you. Here's Dustin on, let's see, Dustin Poirier on what he told Dana White after the fight. Okay, let's see. I truly believe, like, Dana was very complimentary to Dustin. I mean, there really isn't a bad thing you could say about Dustin after that performance. But I have this feeling Dustin's making a lot of money right now, right? So I feel like the UFC's like, okay, this guy's costing us a lot of money. We need him to lose. Like, why would they put him up against Saint Denis, you know, unless they wanted him to lose? It seemed like a situation that the UFC put him there to lose. He was a stepping stone for Saint Denis, and it backfired. So Dana has to compliment this dude. Now he's right back in the mix for freaking for a title fight against Islam, possibly, you know? So it totally backfired. But don't worry, the script worked in the main event. So we'll get to that soon.
I saw Mercedes Lewis, a longtime football player, legend, you know, one of the longest active football players. I saw him in the crowd. I saw Steve-O. There was just a bunch of people I was kind of acknowledging. Action Bronson was there.
Yeah.
But whenever it looked like I was talking to Trump, I was talking to Dana.
Oh, what'd you say?
What do you make? 1,296,000. I wouldn't be surprised. That sounds accurate. I bet he made a lot of money, and he got the bonus too, right?
I said, hey, you want me to fight these young mother?
People bought the pay-per-view for Poirier. Guys, listen. When it comes to this kind of stuff, especially with Dustin Poirier, because I have no attachment to Dustin, I promise you, I promise you, the pay-per-views didn't do well. I promise you. They said they broke every record. Yeah, they didn't break any pay-per-view records because if they did, they would have released it. So no one bought shit. No one bought shit. A couple of people did use our link. I did notice that, but not enough to say, okay, this was a banger of a pay-per-view with the ticket sales. Now, maybe they bought it because Omalley, maybe they wanted to see this fight over the Omalley fight. Yes, but I don't think it did very well. Not enough to justify paying him $1,200,000 whatever thousand.
Motherfuckers, huh? This is what happens. That's what I told him.
That is incredible. And he gave you much deserved props in the post-fight press conference. How do you have the post-fight interview, man?
And I got to talk to Saint Denis a little bit before he walked out of the octagon too.
Oh,
because we didn't really get to talk fight week. It was, fight nerves and staring each other down and stuff like that. So I wanted to just shake his hand and talk to him.
What'd you say to him?
Told him to take care of himself, train smart. I said, if you want to do this, you'll be right back where you just were, but take care of yourself. As I get older and having fights like I have with Gaethje, I just think about what we do, I respect these guys and, their tenacity for chasing this dream. But this is bad for you,
When you say take care of yourself,
you have to be smart.
Do you mean like take time off, don't rush back, things like that because of the long-term effects?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I tell you, man, is it me or is he very boring, Ariel, with interviews? I don't know. Is it very, I mean, Dustin Poirier is not the type of guy, but I feel like there's a sense of humor in Poirier because when I look at his Twitter, his ex, he's a funny guy. There's a sense of humor in them. Why can't we bring humor? I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's just so dry. Every time I watch Ariel lately, everything seems very dry. Maybe because fighters are sensitive. I don't know. Wait, does anyone else get that feeling?
And I never really thought about that stuff on the way up, but as I get older and my daughter gets older and I take fights like these crazy ones that are, they're just not good for you. And we love this and we'll do it again and again and again. But what I told Brett Okamoto, people, I saw a lot of comments this guy takes stuff too serious. It's looks too far. The people were talking shit about what I told Brett. A piece of me really does leave, a piece of BSD left in there, but that's the game we play.
What? I don't know what. I honestly have no idea what Dustin said there. Can anyone translate that? I have no clue. A piece of him left. All right, what's this? Dustin Poirier asked about Islam Makhachev. He wants that smoke.
Is this a real thing? Do you think this could happen? You versus Islam for the belt in June?
I haven't spoke to the UFC, but I do think it could happen. I said that, fight week doing those interviews, people were asking me, where do I think I am in the lightweight division? And I really believed that I was one big win away, one good finish. It doesn't matter the opponent. I just need to look good. And
he should be rewarded with Islam. And you could, there's really not much there because everyone's matched up. So, just do it. You took one for the team. Feed him to Islam.
Just with my career and how many fights I've had with the UFC and how many times I've beaten top guys and stuff, I always feel
I wonder if I would root for Poirier here because I'm an Islam guy. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing America a disservice, right? I got the American flag underneath me. I should root for all American guys, but I like Islam Makhachev. I like the fact that he's dominating. I want to see him do things that are better than Khabib, defend the belt and go up a weight class. I want to see all that shit. But there is a part of me that's saying, man, it would be kind of cool to see Poirier win. It would be kind of cool. I just don't give a shit. I think I'm going to root for Islam. I don't know. I guess if Poirier wins, it's still a good feel-good story, right? But I would love to see Islam beat the shit out of him. I love watching Islam beat the shit out of people. It was so satisfying seeing beat the shit out of Volkanovski, beating the shit out of Charles Oliveira. Nothing against those guys. It's just fun. I like watching Islam with his angry neckbeard beating the fuck out of people. It's just it's like a guilty pleasure. And I enjoy Dustin Poirier beating up Saint Denis, even though I picked Saint Denis. It was fun. It was fun watching him beat him up.
Big win away from it at any time.
Maybe Dustin Poirier beats the shit out of Islam. I don't know. Maybe I'll find fun in that. But for some reason, I like seeing Islam win.
Do you,
in the last few years.
Yeah, of course. And I don't really think anyone would bat an eye. Maybe maybe Justin Gaethje has a problem with this, but he has a fight coming up, and he could easily lose that fight.
I really want Max to win. I want to see him knock the retard out of Gaethje. I want to see it. I want to see the Down syndrome leave Gaethje's head as Max pummels him. I would love to see that. It's not going to happen probably, but I want to see that. But Gaethje's probably going to put some more CT inside Max's head. Did you see Gaethje celebrating? Did you guys see that? Him celebrating when Dustin won? Talk about people being scared of, I'm going to say it, man. People did not want Saint Denis to win. Let's see. Is it on his, oh shit. Let's see if I can find it. Did you guys see that? How many people in the chat saw that? If I put in, hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Dustin, how you spell this guy's name? This UFC 2. Dude, yeah, look at this. As I'm going to tell you how I feel about this here, okay? Let's see how I feel. Check this. Check it out.
Yes! Yes! All right. Yes! Fuck that shit. Damn. Say my name, bitch.
Okay, so what I see there, I don't think any fighter's scared because they get in a cage. They get locked in a cage with human beings. But Gaethje's like, I knocked out Poirier, and I don't want any one of this big Frenchman coming up the rankings, fucking us all up, especially the fact that he likes to grapple. I don't want any part of that shit. Because if this guy beats Dustin, he's right up in the top 5, and then I'm eventually going to have to fight this dude. So what I saw here was a man that was like, I don't want any part of that shit. I know Islam's been KO'd, and he got KO'd by a guy that's not on the roster, blah, blah, blah. We know that. That Islam versus the Islam, now way different fighter, right? In this situation over here, listen, it could be that Justin Gaethje is, likes Poirier, going America, could possibly be, but I think there's still a part. There's a part of the passion. Fuck that guy. I think there's a part here that's like, nah, I leave this dude out of the top 5. We don't need this guy here.
Yes! Yes! All right.
Why is he so passionate? Why? Just knocked out Poirier. Saint Denis seems like a nice guy. He served his country. He's a patriot. What did Saint Denis ever do to Gaethje? Why would Gaethje be so upset about Saint Denis winning? Parlay, maybe. Maybe his friend threw a parlay in for him. Maybe.
Yes! Fuck that shit.
He don't want to fight Saint Denis. He gets tired. He doesn't like to grapple. But there's Gaethje talking. Let me know in the chat what you think about that. I don't know. I had all these weird feelings. I'm like, you're a little too excited there, Gaethje. I don't know what's going on.
There is no one for Islam to fight, so why not? What do you think the UFC would say? Do you think they'd be open to it?
Let's go. I do. I think so.
No one said anything to you on Saturday about it?
No. I ran into Dana at the press conference. When he got off stage, he shook my hand, told me a couple things, but we didn't talk at all about.
He's like, you make too much money, kid.
What could be?
You're going to have to find a number 20 ranked fighter to fight you now to try to knock you down. They're just going to keep going lower down the rankings. Say, hey, Poirier, we got no one for you to fight. Islam don't want to fight you. Meanwhile, he does want to fight him. No, he's not ready. You want to fight number 30?
Be next. Okay.
And, kind of a quick turnaround, right? That's in 3 months. But I know you just went through a training camp would you be okay with June?
I didn't take any damage in this fight. Yeah, I'd be okay with June. I actually went into this fight with a couple injuries from camp.
Oh, wow.
My rib Gamrot fucking busted my ribs up like almost 3 weeks ago. And it's been bothering me really bad ever since.
Another reason not to like Gamrot.
So would June be a problem?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
All right, what do you guys think? You think June, Dustin Poirier versus Islam Makhachev? Would you like to see that? Would you be in? Who would you pick in the fight? Let me know. Let's see. Is there any other DP stuff? Man, yeah, a lot of DP stuff here. And we still got to talk about the Omalley thing.
Obviously, the last time we spoke a little bit about like some of the drama leading up to the fight. Were there any lessons from that for you?
So Dustin Poirier, Hunter, and Dana have both been really good to me.
Was there anything cleared up in the
How? They offered you the number 12th ranked guy. How is that good to you? How is that good? I like Dana, man. Listen, I am a fan of Dana White, but at the same time, I mean, let's be... Bro, how is that? Like, Dustin, you want to fight number 12? I know you're number 3, but how's 12 sound?
Aftermath?
ABC. Always be closing, Ariel.
Even, I mean, like, I thought maybe Dana might say something, like, he just kind of... It was
ABC.
All love in the aftermath, so no issues there.
He's been hanging out with Theo Von way too long. That sounds like something Theo Von would say.
No, me and the UFC. I spoke to Dana, Hunter. We're all in a great spot.
Okay, that's good. Were you?
So yeah, he's just getting boatloads of money, so he don't give a shit. Well, the good news is, yeah, he got a boatload of money to fight a number 12 guy. I guess you could look at it that way. You know, if he gets a title shot off of winning off a number 12 guy. You know what? I guess they are being good to him. If he gets the title shot, yes, they're being good to him because he got it off a winning against a number 12 guy. So maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Worried about that?
Always be cucking.
Yeah.
Really? You don't strike me as the type.
Really? What the fuck?
Really? You?
Yeah.
Really? You don't strike me as the type.
Well, honestly, the UFC has been, I know they
That's why I'm never going to interview Poirier. I just know it. I'm not Ariel. I'm not that guy. Yeah. I'm not that guy. He clearly likes that guy.
They bashed all the time for fighter pay and this and that and the way they do their business, but they've really been good to me, man.
Yeah.
And of course I've earned it and been with them a long time and had the ups and downs in negotiations and fight contracts and stuff. But dude, they've really, Hunter and Dana have both really been good to me.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, Dustin doesn't have to fight anymore. He fights because he still has that fire in him. He's got the hot sauce going. His foundation is well funded, right? He's got houses all over the place. Life is good for Poirier. And every time he does fight, he's another $1 million in the bank. So I think Poirier is just doing great. It's all gravy now, right? If he can get that undisputed belt, he literally checks every single box. So I guess, if you're a Poirier fan, even if he never wins a belt, he was an interim champ. He's had amazing wins in 2 different weight classes. He redeemed himself against Conor twice, right? Yeah, you should be pretty happy with him. You should be pretty happy. He's done a lot, and he's going to go to the Hall of Fame. It's no brainer over there. So Dustin's playing with house money.
By the way, what about? I mean, the thing that blew it all open was actually Johnny Eblin doing an interview about it. Did you tell him like, "Yo, Johnny, can you chill the F out here? I'm trying to fix this. Why you try to?" Did you? I mean, it was all love. He had your back big time, but I was just wondering how you felt about that.
Johnny's the man. Nah, I haven't even seen the interview, so I'm not even sure,
perfect.
dude.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. But okay, all right. So there's Poirier. Oh, there's more. Dustin Poirier. I hope you took the money line, Ariel. Let's see.
Appreciate things and experience things.
I wonder who Ariel bet on. He probably did bet on. He probably did put because he's buddies with Poirier, right?
The hurt, the bad, the good. It's incredible, man, when you look at it that way.
Amen. Much love, Dustin. Thank you so much. Enjoy the win. Enjoy the time
Thank
at
you.
home.
I hope you took the money line, Ariel.
For sure. There.
All right, Poirier's living his best life. That's on the MMA Hour. If you want to see the whole interview, go on over there. That's the Cliff Notes. All right, so Sugar Sean. Let's get to the main event. What are we doing? I mean, it was such a long card that we got to spend a lot of time on this thing, man. We got to make sure we get to everything. So that's what we're doing here on the MMA-Holes. If you could do me a favor, hit the like button. I appreciate it. I don't know how many likes we have. Let's see. How many likes we got over here? 119. We could do better than that. I mean, you could do a lot better than that. Hit the like button. It's free, baby. It's a free. Ariel uses feminine hygiene products. Probably. Could probably. Maybe. All right. So Sean O'Malley versus Chito. Well, Marlon, let's be honest. Didn't even deserve the title shot. I didn't think Marlon's going to win. I don't know anyone personally that thought Marlon was going to win, although we had a poll and it was almost 50-50. So people were believing in Vera. I was not one of them. But Sean Omalley going the distance, getting the job done, getting his hand raised. And like I said before, the fact that Sean was constantly going for the kill. He had Marlon on the ropes a couple of times, just couldn't get the job done. In fairness, Chito's never been finished. So, it's a tough thing to do when you got a guy like Vera across from you. But when you're fighting the number 5 ranked guy, you got to make sure you either dominate or take him out if you're the champ. And he dominated. So credit to him for that. It did seem like he was a little bummed that he didn't finish him. He did everything he had to do, right? I want to see the scores because I did see. Hold on a second. Let me see the scores here before we get into the interviews on Ariel. Hold on a second. I still have this feeling with Omalley, and I just can't put my finger on it. Like there's something just still missing. And maybe it's because we're spoiled because of the comparisons with the Conor McGregor thing and all that stuff. There shouldn't be any comparisons there anymore other than they're white guys with tattoos. That's about it. And they could throw punches and, yeah. But anyway, there's something still missing, and I can't really figure out what it is. And I want to know in the chat if you feel the same way, or if you're like, what are you talking about? This guy's a superstar. I still see star. I don't see the super part of it. He is hanging out with the big influencers. They seem to really like him. He seems like a great guy. He seems like a good dude. I don't know about, he loves his family, yet he still kind of cucks and does that thing, but that's his personal life. I'm not going to get on him for that. But there's something missing. And he seems confident, yet he doesn't seem confident. In his interviews, he's super nice. And then sometimes he'll throw a zinger in there. There's this awkwardness about him that I could understand why people latch on to him, but I also understand why people are roasting him. And it's weird. Maybe it feels like the Izzy thing. Although Izzy just still felt like he had something a little bit more. There was something about Adesanya that felt like it was just a little bit more, that you can teeter-totter with that superstar status when he was on his high horse and doing his thing. Whereas Sean Omalley, I don't know. And it's weird, too, because it's like he hasn't gone up. He didn't do what Izzy did and lose at a weight class up, then come down, win, lose, the whole thing. But there's something about Izzy. Maybe the shithead attitude, maybe the shooting the arrows into the Pereira fight, the redemption with that one. That was the moment. That moment was so cold by Adesanya. As much as I criticize Izzy, it was such a moment that no matter what Adesanya does from this point on, you could always go back to that and be like, yo, that was bad. That was a badass moment. And Omalley hasn't really had that. He had the Omalley win, the Aljo win, but it just didn't feel like it did with Pereira. With Aljo win, the ref had to step in, whereas the Pereira fight, Izzy was literally standing over him, shooting arrows into his dead body. Even when Conor had his wins, there were moments where it was just he was just fucking making the money go, and there was the Billy Struts or whatever the hell. There was moments where you're like, oh shit, and you knocked out fucking Aldo in 13 seconds. There's these moments with these athletes where you're like, whoa, I still don't feel that yet with Sean. Now he's still fairly young, right? So he still has time to get to that moment, but I'm still not quite there. And let me know if you're there. Do you think Sean Omalley is the superstar that the UFC is trying to feed us? Because when I say try to feed us, they're trying very hard. They're literally stacking cards. They're putting Omalley in situations where he's supposed to rise to the occasion, right? And this one here, a little bit of, you had the crowd going to Chito, but then again, you have him fighting a number 5 guy that if he didn't get hurt the first time, he probably would have beat him the first time. So was it really a dangerous fight for Sean? Not really. The UFC seems like they're kind of coddling him a little bit here. But let's look at the scorecards. Let's see what they had. I didn't really take a peek at this. Oh, what the fuck? Yo, so that dude, that must have been a fucking troll move. Someone was saying there was a 10-8. I don't see it. Oh, there is a 10-8 in the 5th round. Sal D'Amato had 5th round 10-8. Oh. That's kind of weird considering at the end of the round, I mean, if it went a little bit longer, Chito might have finished Sean. That is a little sus. That is a little weird. Sal D'Amato's an odd dude, but across the board, I mean, he swept Chito in this fight. Wow, 10-8. Did anyone in the chat think that 10-8 was, that fifth round was a 10-8? Let me look at the stats. Jesus. The fifth round. Hold on a second. I don't think any of the rounds were 10-8. I mean, there were rounds where Vera was hurt. He scripted Spidey senses tingling. Let's see. By the way, we got this weekend. Make sure you subscribe, notification bell, all the deal. You know the deal. Did anyone think a 10-8 round was in play? I didn't think so in that fifth. Let's see. 62-21. Wow, 61 significant strikes to 21. I mean, that is pretty lopsided, but you did have that shot at the end of the round where Omalley was hurt. So I still wouldn't give it. I mean, pretty dominating round for Sugar. Let's look through all the rounds. 27-9 in total strikes. Significant 27-9. Round 2, 51-16. Like this round, I remember. Wasn't this the round where he almost took out? Was this the knee round with Chito? If it was, I mean, I think you have a better argument in that round. 35-17, 35-17 insignificant. Boy, this guy got slammed. 57-26. And then you have that final round, 61-21. Insignificant. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think the second round you could put a better argument, but still, that's weird. That's a weird score to throw out there. Chito is getting started. Yeah, 5 more rounds, Chito would have won. I just got off my douchebag UFC podcast and upgraded to... Well, I just got off the douchebag UFC podcast. What is the douchebag? Is that an actual podcast called the douchebag UFC podcast? If so, if that's really the name of a podcast, please DM me the link. I want to see it. I've always hated Sean, Mr. Hole. So I have paid him compliments. I have paid, on top of my criticism, I've paid him compliments. I said he's a star, but not a superstar. So would that be hating on Sean? And by the way,
casual.
I loved Sean coming out of the Contender Series. Loved him. Like, it was like, oh, I'm fucking stoked for this guy. And then he had a couple of fights in the UFC. The first 2 fights, I was like, I think this guy's overrated. So I don't know what the fuck, man. I don't know. Like, I gotta swallow the jizz. Not only do I gotta suck the cock, but I gotta swallow the cum too. You guys want that, right? You guys desire that? You guys want me to suck that cum? You want me to put the cum down the throat too? You guys like that? Anyway, so let's listen to what Sean said on Ariel, and see if we can get some information out of this. I feel weird about this Sean scenario. I feel he did what he had to do. I picked Sean by decision. I actually predicted that Sean by decision was going to be the outcome on Tapology. And we got that. I got to say, it was a couple of times in the fight where I was like, well, this is going to fall apart for me because Chito looked like he was going to go down, but he didn't. He's a tough dude. But Sean beat the number 5 guy, and now he's in play to do what he wants. He wants to go up to fight Ilya. Ilya said, well, no, I call the shots. You do what you got to do at bantamweight over there. It seems like all fingers are pointing towards Merab. And now that Merab is doing his thing with social media and he's become more popular within the MMA fan base, and the Georgian, the Georgians are going nuts over Merab. So I think the UFC wants to tap into that as well. So I think Merab versus Sean is next. And if the UFC pulls the trigger on that, that's a very, very dangerous fight within the division, because that could be something that sets Sean back tremendously. If Merab wins, it's very tricky for Sean to get past that Merab, because once Merab gets the job done, I mean, his style of fighting, he could stay there for a while. This dude he's a machine. So I'm really curious to see where the UFC goes with this. I think the smarter move for the UFC, you got your guy Sean Omalley here. You want to keep him on top as long as you can. You do have him fight Ilya. Worst case scenario, he loses, but he loses at a higher weight class, and he could still come back down and defend. So you get a little bit more bang for the buck that way. You could squeeze more out of Omalley. If he goes up there and loses to Merab, then you have to hope that Sean finds a way to sell himself just as his character and starts smoking guys and stays as a gatekeeper, because I don't think he's going to get past Merab. And Merab is not going to go up and fight Ilya. They're boys. So Merab is going to stay at bantamweight and just fucking annihilate people over there. So let me know in the chat what you think about that. But big win for Omalley, important win for Omalley. He couldn't afford to lose his fight. So there was pressure on him. He got the job done, got the hand raised, dominated, did what he's supposed to do. So let's listen to him on Ariel and see what he said over there. I will play a little bit of the MVP thing too because I didn't hear it. I'm curious what MVP had to say on Ariel. Okay, here's Sugar over here. And like I said before, Sean winning is more enjoyable as an MMA fan. Like, I would rather see Sean win just because he's fun. He is fun. You got a lot of these grapplers that not as fun, right? But Merab, it was pretty fun watching him fight Henry and lifting him up, dumping him down. He's starting to make grappling a little more interesting. Merab can't withstand those shots. I tell you what, man. I think he can. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, unless Sugar can get in there, hit him with a knee, uppercut, or do what he did to Aljo. I don't know if Merab is going to make the Aljo mistake. The best thing that happened for Merab is Aljo getting knocked out. Because if Aljo didn't get knocked out, maybe Merab would have made that mistake with Sean. But I don't think he's going to make that mistake this time. He knows what not to do. Aljo literally said, okay, don't do this. And I mean, anything can happen, right? It's not impossible for Merab to get smoked. But I don't know, other than getting knocked out, I mean, I don't know how Sean can withstand the attack of Merab. I mean, that dude's relentless. Kendall was walking funny for many weeks after she laid in bed with Merab. So, we have inside sources. Sean's footwork will prevail over boring Georgian. I tell you what, I was pretty entertained with that fight against, what's it called? Triple C. I was pretty entertained with that one. How about Merab and Marlon Moraes? That fight was pretty entertaining. Merab had some entertaining fights too on top of his boring ones. All right, why is it not playing? Let's refresh. But it will be interesting. I think Sugar's won over a lot of people. People love the knockout, although Sean did not knock out Chito. So if Sean just keeps going decisions, like how much more are the kids, the people are going to love it? I mean, striking is fun, right? I like watching people, put on striking clinics, but you also want to see some knockouts too, right? What's up with the buff? What's going on here? They don't want to hear what Sean has to say. Why did it not buff before, but it's buffing on this? He'll play another one. Sean Omalley on his fight with Marlon Vera. They officially overturned it. All right, we don't have to hear that because that's a dopey joke that he keeps telling. Let's listen to this.
I go back and forth, Ilya and Merab. This guy's acting like he's running the show. Like, no, you don't know. Well, you wait. You sit down and wait. Like, UFC is going to decide, buddy. This guy's acting like he gets the call. No, he wants me to fight Merab. Like, I have more title defenses. So he's talking out of his mouth a little bit too much. But at the end of the day, it's going to be what Uncle Dana, Uncle Hunter, it's going to be what they want. I'm open for whatever. I go back and forth, Ilya and Merab.
Okay, so he's open for whatever. Yeah. At the end of the day, the bosses make the decision, right? I think Merab's going to be the one, though. What do you guys think in the chat? I have a feeling Merab's going to be it. I think they're going to put that fight together. But let me know in the chat. What do you think is next for Sean? Maybe there's a curveball. Is there someone else that's going to slide in? This is Sean Omalley would like to headline the Sphere event. Ooh. When is that again? That's in, what do they say? Is it in June? Or no, it's in September, right? Oh. Is it big enough? I mean, if you stack a card around him. Wait, Sphere is in Mexican Independence Day, so how the fuck are you going to justify that? I don't know. Co-main?
Headline.
You needed Henry Cejudo to win to pull that off.
Headline in the Sphere in Vegas. Let's do it.
Okay. Even though that's a Mexican Independence Day weekend card. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. We did this last time.
Oh yeah, that's right. He has Mexican. He married a Mexican, so he's Mexican now, right?
I'm sorry. Yes, we did that. Sorry. So you versus Merab headlining Mexican Independence Day.
So he's going to be the Mexican guy. And actually, you know what? Merab, maybe you can go that angle. Merab is saying he took the Mexican out of Henry. Oh my God. Co-main, maybe. I don't know. Well, it seemed like they did well putting people in the seats in Miami. So if you put a card together and Sean and Merab are on it, it's not impossible because you're probably going to get a good turnout in the building. But you do have to have a lot of Mexican talent there to, come on, it's Mexican Independence Day.
I think that makes sense. I don't think anybody would, argue against that. I think that would be legendary. I know Connor's talked about potentially going on that card.
So Dana said that he's not putting Conor Diaz on that card. People brought it up. Dana shut that down swiftly. But who are you going to headline the Mexican Independence Day? Give me something. I don't know. You're going to put Grasso against Shevchenko? Are they going to film The Ultimate Fighter and have them headline it? We did that already. I don't know, man. That's not it. Who are you going to... you got to headline it something pretty big, you know?
Potential International Fight Week, so...
Who do we got? You going to give T-City a title shot? Ilia Topuria, T-City? You try to... what do you think?
Out of respect for him still being the best and biggest in the
I don't know if he deserves a title shot, but he had a pretty good performance.
Business, I'll take wherever I can get. But I think that'd be interesting.
Okay, and did you say this to the UFC brass when you were there? Do you know if they're interested at all?
I talked to Hunter Dana briefly backstage real quick, but I didn't really haven't had a conversation with them. I feel like they'll call me.
When I hear him, like I said, he sounds like a really nice guy. He just doesn't feel like a champion, right? Does it feel like a champ to you? Just feels like an everyday guy. And maybe that's why people can relate to him. People like, watching him win. I don't get champ at all. I don't want to run to the interview and listen to it. He's got a sense of humor. I don't know what it is.
What do you make of everything that's happened?
How about Omalley versus Ryan Garcia? Just throw it out there. Is that because it says Sean O'Malley is asked about Ryan Garcia? How about you headline that with the fucking... now you got my interest.
A lot has happened since he was in the studio. And is that something you are really going to try to explore?
If Garcia beats Haney or some shit like that.
Again, I just think mentally that kid is not where he needs to be. We'll see how he looks against Devin Haney and kind of go from there. I feel like an MMA fight is just so unrealistic. There's 0% chance to do that.
Yeah, the way Garcia, he looks like his head's all scrambled up. But if Garcia beats Devin Haney, which I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, Sean Hart said that too. It's not going to happen. I agree. I don't think it's going to happen. But if it does, and then he says, yeah, I want to go to MMA, headline the Sphere. We might be talking something here. Poor Merab.
Ever even make it to that fight. It would take him one MMA session, one wrestling day, one jiu-jitsu with anybody that knows anything for him to realize, okay, never mind, this is a bad idea.
Is Sugar going to turn into a grappler, though? Like, is he going to just start? Is he going to fucking go for an ankle pick or some shit? Like, what would happen? Like, the way he's talking about, like, if he took one MMA fight, this and that. Yeah, like, if Ryan Garcia fought Merab Dvalishvili, yeah, good luck. But, Sean's a striker, right? He does have jiu-jitsu, though. He does roll. It's not like he doesn't train and shit. But are we going to see Sean O'Malley, like, fucking hop on his back and fucking try to choke him out? Is that what we're going to see? Or is he going to stay in the pocket and sling?
Yeah. So if anything would happen, it would be boxing. I don't really know.
I guess. Yeah, you could fucking head kick him. Could do that. Fucking calf kick him.
I don't know if I want a build up of that kind of fight with where his head's at right now. You know, just because it would be massive. You know, might not be. RPG.
Is he talking to?
Might not be it, but you know, there's big fights still up there. There's come here, Peachy.
Who's Peachy?
You know, Floyd's still kicking. You know what I'm saying? Floyd's still running around the boxing room. So, you know, I keep going out there.
Okay. All right. What else you got? Anything else? Yeah, I listened to a little bit of Sean and I turned it right off. I was like, man, this is just not interesting. All right. So it seems like that's the man. He's just not interesting. But anyway, he's interesting in the cage. He's interesting. His look is interesting. He has listened to a little MVP. I didn't hear any of this stuff. Curious what Venom Page said. Like I said, this guy's a very likable dude. Super likable.
That surprised me. I loved everything about it. I'm just wondering, could you tell us?
Oh, the walkout. Actually, this is interesting. I didn't hear anything.
It's like soup to nuts. The process in terms of getting that approved. And did you have bigger plans that were shot down?
Yeah. I had a big plan. It was, and I genuinely, I'm such a creative mind, and I just can't turn that side of me off. So when I envision the fight day, it's not just my opponent. And
is it me, or does Michael Venom Page's nostrils look like Wolverine's mask? Did you guys notice this? Here, check this out. You know Wolverine's mask, you know, from X-Men? Michael Venom Page's nostrils, hold on, they kind of tripping me out. Right? Do you see it? Does anyone, or maybe Spider-Man's eyes? You guys see it? You guys see what I'm seeing? Is that like Spider-Man's eyes? Hold on. Some Marvel thing over here. Right? Wolverine's like, that could be Spider-Man's eyes in there. You guys see it? That's why you subscribe to the MMA-Holes. There we go. There it is. Okay, I need someone. Wow, I could actually see the shape of his head too, like the top shape of Spider-Man's head. All right, artists in the chat. I mean, I want to sketch that out right now. I want Kainotto, you watching? Can you get a hold of this image, screenshot this thing, okay? I want you to get the lower portion of MVP because, hold on, can I get the arrow on here? Oh, I can't get the arrow. Anyway, the lower portion, if someone could sketch Spider-Man's bottom portion of his head over here, but it's amazing. Now I really like Michael Venom Page. That's my favorite superhero. All right. Give me the best picture you could put together with Michael Venom Page's nostrils. Great nostrils.
How I'm going to beat my opponent, how I'm going to defend against my opponent, how I'm going to attack my opponent is from the walkout to how I leave.
Make it a shirt. I tell you what, if you give me a good sketch, bro, I'm telling you what. If you take that screenshot and you sketch fucking a good picture over there, if it's good enough, if it's hilarious enough, I promise you I'll make that a shirt. I promise. MVP's nostrils as a superhero. I'll wear the shit out of that shirt. By the way, I just got this one. Speaking of shirts, I'm dead serious, man. Oh yeah, Deadpool. You could put Deadpool on there. Just got this shirt in over here. This is on the Streamlabs store. Tell me this shit's not a banger. I showed Jesse this today. I was like, damn, I'm finally getting my own merch. Look at that thing. That thing's fire, man. Little Dragon, the MMA-Holes, established 2016, the Carnage. Check that shit out. We got the hoodies. We got the tees. I'll be wearing this Saturday. We got the tank tops. Merchandise. You know, that's pretty fire, right? You got to admit, that's a pretty fire shirt. So go cop a shirt. Hit the Streamlabs link. There's a store. Go shopping over there. I tell you what, man, our design team's working hard 24/7. The AI design team, and they're doing wonderful job.
Wonderful.
Okay, back to Venom Page. Sorry.
You know, I had an idea. Me and my family got together. We're talking about it. Yep, we got the track made, and we were going over it. So okay, let me present it to UFC now. And they took a little bit of time. I don't know if they kind of. I don't know what their process is of doing it, but it took a little bit of time.
No, not true, and so, oh shit, you know, oh fuck, I gotta write myself a note. I still gotta send Two Joints his book. Hold on a second. Damn, you reminded me. So Streamlabs, this is kind of crazy. It took a week. for the Streamlabs to get there. So, and the reason why yours didn't get there is because it was a stitched hat and there was something with this design. But those shirts, they come super quick. A week. It took a week to get to me. So, I mean, unless you're in like Guam or some shit like that, you shouldn't have many issues. But I'm going to write this note. Tomorrow, I'm sending 2 joints this thing. I totally forgot. 2 joints. Booth book. Got to send that shit out. Booth. Thank you, Ann, because I would have forgot. Booth. Okay, there we go. I got to write notes to myself. Okay. Yeah, the shirts, the tank tops, Streamlabs. I'm going to move all the merch. Someone got a wonderful shirt on our Spreadshirt store. I'm falling apart with that. I think Streamlabs has been a little bit better with the merch. So if you want to get something to support the show and just rock MMA-Holes stuff, go into the Streamlabs link in the description, or Nightbot spams it during the live streams. Actually, it's pinned in the live chat right now if you want to check it out. Okay.
To get back to me, and then it was like, no, we can't do that. And they actually said no to the track as well initially, and we kept pushing back, managed to get the track cleared, which was great. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do everything myself.
His nostrils are very distracting to me. I see Spider-Man the whole way. Get that sketching, guys.
So, which is why it was, for me, it still worked out.
Yeah,
and I still really enjoyed the walkout. But genuinely, if I was able to do what I wanted to do, yeah, it would have been the best walkout that anybody's seen in UFC.
So they shut down his original idea, huh? And he went with the Undertaker thing.
Could I ask what it was?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to use it again.
Okay. It'd be great if like the camera like was zoomed into his nostrils and then zoomed out, and it was Spider-Man's face. That would be an awesome walkout.
I think it had its time. So, I'm gonna pick the picture.
Okay,
I'm gonna pick the picture. So initially it's Undertaker's track that comes in, and then it drops, and it starts the intro to the remix track that my brother-in-law has made, and we start to kind of cook in that area. But what happens initially is the lights go dark, and everybody's looking at the tunnel, waiting for me to walk out, and
they drop him from the rafters. He plummets into the octagon.
The spotlight was going to go onto the cage.
And then they zoom into his nostrils, and Spider-Man's illuminated.
I was going to be in the cage. Yeah, so everyone's going to be like, wait, what? And obviously...
Listen to this. Hold on, I got to rewind this. This is pretty funny. Sausage said in Discord. Hold on, let's see. I like the way he thinks. Dude's a wild man. Hold on a second. I got to rewind that. That's pretty funny. All right, Discord. Mills memes. Okay, so here's you can't do it. Here's see if you could find MVP's nostrils. There Maybe a little bit better of a crop job, but we still get the idea. There we go. Beautiful. Wow. All right, get to work. Okay, chat. If the best one. We MVP's nostrils as oh my God. Okay, we'll get there. That's beautiful. It's a work of art. All right, let's listen to Mike. The pitch. So if you're just jumping in, this is MVP. He pitched an idea for a walkout. He kind of got nixed, but what we saw was just a piece of what he was thinking about. This is the whole thing.
The tunnel waiting for me to walk out. And then the spotlight was going to go onto the cage, and I was going to be in the cage. Yeah, so everyone's going to be like, wait, what? And obviously, again, I'm there in the hood. I'm still in my uniform. I do my sign. Just as the tune really drops, I do my sign. And when it drops, then the lights cut again and come back on, and I'm in the same position back at the tunnel.
What?
Dude's doing some David Copperfield shit. Oh my God. Could you imagine the look on the UFC's, the people that he was pitching this to's faces? Oh my God. They were probably like, and what was next? Fuck it. What's next? Tigers running around. you're whipping you're riding a dragon across. What the hell? Dude, listen to this shit. This is wild, man.
Onto the cage, and I was going to be in the cage. Yeah, so everyone's going to be like, wait, what? And obviously, again, I'm there in the hood. I'm still in my uniform. I do my sign. Just as the tune really drops, I do my sign. And when it drops, then the lights cut again and come back on, and I'm in the same position back at the tunnel.
What?
So everyone's like, wait, what? Like, wait, what? But what it was is my brother was going to be the one in the cage, and he's going to have the hood on. And anytime I lose weight, me and him look so similar as well. So you would, because he's got hair, but because he's got the hood on, you wouldn't have told, because he looks, like stature-wise, he looks exactly like me at that time.
But the face would have been different. So, I mean, you're going to have to be really zoomed out to pull that off.
People would have been like, what just happened? Like, and they would have been just like blown away by that.
I tell you what, the idea makes sense, especially if you have his brother in there. You got to have like, I mean, I get what he's going with this. It would have been funnier if it was him in the cage and then you see like he had to run all the way back to the entrance. But I guess if it is someone that has the same, build and you're far enough away where you can't see his face, I guess I get it. But it would be hilarious to just. I hope he asked like what was the response when he pitched this.
Then I would have come with the same energy of the entrance and kind of walk in, but people I think people would have just been like,
that would have been sick.
By that. Yeah.
Did it ever get close to being approved?
Again, like I said, we always try to push my luck back and forth. Is there anything I could do? Asking questions, and I tried to actually I tried to make it as simple as possible that I didn't have to run around doing anything crazy because it's somebody else.
See, that makes sense. I mean, I gotta say this: as crazy as that idea is, it still makes more sense than the Michelle Pereira breakdancing thing. Because I mean, when you're doing this choreographed dance, you can roll your ankle, you can get injured. Like even when Izzy was doing his dance thing, or like say you're fucking flipping your legs in the air and you planting your hand on the ground, you could sprain your wrist or break something. I mean, you can get hurt, right? So I understand why the UFC wouldn't want you to be dancing or doing anything physical before the actual fight, because you can legit hurt yourself and the fight could be off. So that makes sense. But I don't see why not have some theatrical entrances. People paying $85. When people come to the event, they want to see big fights in the cage, but why not give them something a little bit more? Why not give them a little theatrical? If fighters want to do it, have fun, like loosen the fuck up, I don't know. I don't think it's a terrible idea. Who almost got an ankle sprain from, Ortega rolled his ankle by just hopping in place, right? So yeah, as long as a fighter's not doing anything where it can get them injured, totally understand. But even this, like when these fighters, like when Daniel Cormier used to run to the cage, and he would carve his way through the crowd. I mean, even running to the fucking cage, you can just put your foot down and just land the wrong way and tumble over. Like anything can happen. So I don't know. If you're doing something fun, if it's a prop or whatever, let them do it. Like who gives a shit? As long as they're not hopping around doing something stupid.
I just needed him to be his escort into the cage and escort straight back out as soon as the right cues. And I had it all planned out. And the thing is, I can tell even when I'm speaking to the team, they can tell I'm not just throwing ideas that I haven't really taken time to think about. I told them the timestamps and this. Okay, at 1 minute, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This. So I really do pay attention and I'm detailed.
So, 2Jam, you think it's too hokey? I don't hate it though. I don't, because like think about it. If you're there, people are spending like literally thousands of dollars sitting in the lower seats. Give them a show too. Why not? Add to the theatrics of it. When Bruce Buffer started doing his theatrical announcements, I'm sure in the beginning, people were like, this is fucking retarded. If you look at Bruce Buffer, right? You watch him announce fights. He looks like a fucking idiot. Like, if you think about it, if you're just watching the UFC for the first time, I remember when I first saw Bruce Buffer, I was like, what is this? Like, because all I think about is Michael Buffer. But now I love Bruce Buffer. Like, I watch him jump around. I want him to go do even more crazy shit. But look at Bruce Buffer. He does spins. He's fucking screaming like he's autistic. Like, he looks like he's, I don't know, man. He's like chewing on fucking something he shouldn't be chewing on. Like, Bruce looks kind of retarded out there. But we love it. It's fun. It's theatrical. You don't see that happening in boxing. So I think, listen, I know it's like a page out of the WWE thing and people don't want it like that. I understand that. but you're not fake fighting. Once you start fake fighting, then we have a problem, you know? But then again, they did that, right? Roadhouse? They did have that happen. They should fly Buffer in like Peter Pan. I mean, I'm surprised they don't do that yet. You know, I paid $1,800 at UFC 298, and it was at the fighter entrance. Oh shit, man! Wait, you really paid $1,800 to go to a UFC fight? Did you really? Whoa! Holy smokes! Anyone else drop something in the Discord? Hold on a second. Let me look. I want to see if we have any more spider nostrils. Come on, guys. Come on, help me out here. Give me some more spider nostrils. Oh god, you guys got to get to work. Shit. All right, let's see what else he's got to say here. I don't hate it, man. I don't hate it. Like I said, if you think about Bruce Buffer and how ridiculous that is, I'm sure there was some resistance in the beginning to what Bruce is doing.
Told about it, and I did it considering I don't want the UFC or any of the guys to do too much.
That's true, Ann, right? Pereira did that backflip on the scales, and he could have fucking broke his ankle when he landed at the ceremonial weigh-ins. I mean, the UFC can't really stop that, right? Unless they start fining people for doing shit like that. Oh, it's your first time and you spent $1,800. Holy cow. What was my first event? My first event, I was sitting in the nosebleeds it was Sonnen. I think it was Sonnen versus Jones in Jersey. I was all the way up there, but I had a blast, man. I had some cheap ass tickets all the way in the rafters. And I'll never forget the Big Country jumping on the cage, jiggling his belly, and the crowd going fucking nuts after he got his knockout. And then Jones, like everyone was rooting for fucking Chael Sonnen in the crowd. Everyone was rooting. I was like, damn, like Jones is like, this is like in his backyard. And everyone was rooting for Chael. But yeah, we were up top. The best UFC tickets I've had were mid-level. I've never been on the floor UFC. I've been on the floor with other promotions, but never in the UFC. Never been. But maybe one day we'll do media. Maybe.
Running around, it would have been one security guard, and obviously just timing of the lights. I'd have been happy to do the performance the day before, like a rehearsal the day before, just to get that right. And but yeah, I get it. If I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep coming up with creativity. Like I said, I just can't turn that side.
Well, he can't do that now. He just said what he was gonna do, so he's got to do something different now.
For me, and I love to entertain. So. Regardless, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm probably going to keep annoying a few people, but hopefully they understand that what I'm trying to do for everybody. And I think it's massively. I don't know if you saw, but Undertaker himself,
yes,
tweeted about it, and even like that, and that was on half the performance.
That's the thing. At the end of the day, you're getting social media shares too, right? So I mean, I'd rather see them do that shit than fucking dance. I'd rather see them come out as the Undertaker or do something weird shit like some David Blaine shit or whatever than start dancing. Like I'm cool with the dance. Like the dancing's like, all right. I don't need to see some AGT shit, That
was amazing.
If you saw that, like I just think it would have been even bigger.
Just curious, what was the reason you were told as to why they didn't want to do it?
To be fair, there's so much going on. I understand they have to. I don't overpress. I just try to see if I can, what more I can get out of it. And as soon as I understand the tools that are in front of me, then I make it work. There's no need for me to stress about it. It's just an idea that I had. We couldn't make it happen this time. I'm going to make another idea work next time. And I think hopefully they're going to slowly see that. Oh no, give this guy a little bit more freedom because he's on point with this kind of stuff. And I even down to the understanding of how the cameras are working and what the timing of the cameras. I'm very into all that kind of stuff anyway. So it would have been a lot more seamless than they maybe would have thought. But again, they have to understand and get used to me the same way I have to understand and get used to them.
Okay.
That surprised me.
So there's MVP. Let's see what else did he have to say. Interested in fighting Stephen Thompson? I don't see why he wouldn't be. That makes sense.
To you?
It's weird because I obviously I've been hearing this from before I even got to the UFC, and I always tell people the same thing. Two positives doesn't always make a positive. What will be a great fight for me and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson will look like a terrible fight for everybody else.
That's true. That is true. Sometimes you pair this guy up with another guy that is a really good striker. It's boring as all hell.
Because we'll go back into autopilot of our point scoring system. And there's a lot of battles that like battles that happen without anything really happening. Because as soon as I'm about to throw that punch, I can sense that he's pulling, he's got that counter ready, and then I'll break away, and we're like, oh, okay. So there's going to be a lot of not much happening.
Well, at least he's self-aware. So what do you do? Put him against Colby? All right. Is that it for Michael Venom Page? I want to just play a little bit of Dana's stuff, and then we will move on to the rest of the evening. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by tonight. John Cena was naked at the Academy Awards. I didn't watch it, but I saw the clip. I want to see if he clipped anything from Dana post-fight, a media scrum. Let's see. Oh, he's clipped a lot of Dana shit. Oh, damn, man. He was busy with the clipping. All right, let's see what this is. Let's see. Dana White on Dustin Poirier. This is the shit that makes you a fucking legend. Overpaid.
The fight that he took tonight with Benoit. I mean, everybody, when the talk first started, and everybody was like, "Ooh, this is a bad fight for Poirier." Blah 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 blah. And then Poirier came out and said, "You know what? I didn't die," and all this other. This is shit that makes you a fucking legend. These are legendary fights. When you go in and you face a guy who is a savage and looks like you can't win this fight, or people think you can't win this fight, and then you go in and do it in spectacular.
No, I'm not gonna take phone calls tonight. No.
Spectacular fashion, the way that he did tonight. A lot of these fighters
They're not unlocked. They're not unlocked.
Very you've heard it many times in the past. They want me to lose, or they're trying to make me lose. I heard some nutty shit the other day from somebody that I won't even mention, but we don't determine whether you lose or whether you win. You do. What we try to do is put on the best match-made fight that we can possibly do. And that's why big stars are built in the UFC and legendary fights happen every week.
Well, I don't know. Cap.
He's a counter striker and flashy.
Oh, it's MVP.
We got to match-make his next fight the right way.
So he even wasn't thrilled with that performance. MVP, and even MVP is aware that he can be a boring fighter. And a lot of people think I'm crazy when I've said this before. I've said this a ton of times about Michael Venom Page. He's the most exciting, boring fighter I've ever seen. I don't think there's anyone that's been like Michael Venom Page. He's exciting and boring. I mean, I guess you can kind of say that about Izzy a little bit. You can kind of go there. Sometimes he's butt fucking Paulo Costa, and other times he's boring as fuck. There's something about, I don't know, MVP that's like that. And you can hear it in Dana's voice that he was not pleased by the performance.
He's a counter striker and flashy, and we got to match-make his next fight the right way.
See? There you go. You're right. You're right, Dana. You're right.
Spoken to him about this one?
He gets mad when I do this, but...
I didn't hear this. Mike Tyson about his fight with Jake Paul. Woo! I didn't hear this one.
Have you spoken to him about this one?
He gets mad when I do this, but Mike's 60, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Who gives a shit what I think? It's not my fight.
It's a lot. When Dana's a little uncomfortable, there's a lot of lip smacking. Take a good listen to the lip smacking.
Mike's 60, man.
Have you spoken to him about this one?
Listen.
He gets mad when I do this, but Mike's 60, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Who gives a shit what I think? It's not my fight. I love Mike Tyson, personally as a friend, and he's one of my favorite athletes of all time.
My neighbor's kids, well, they're my neighbors too, right? They got 3 snakes. And this one's a 4-foot, I don't know what the hell kind of snake it is, but it's almost like a white snake. It's a gorgeous snake. And it reminded me of Dana White. Had the same bald head and the lip, the tongue and the lips. It was just licking its lips like crazy. I was like, you should name that Dana White, that snake. Because it's kind of white, the snake, One's in the chat if you think my neighbor should name their snake Dana White after all that lip smacking that he does.
Have you spoken to him about this one?
He gets mad when I do this, but Mike's 60, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Who gives a shit what I think? It's not my fight. I love.
He's never going to come on the show, right? So I could make fun of him smacking his lips together.
Mike Tyson, personally as a friend, and he's one of my favorite athletes of all time. I don't know. Let's see what he can go in there and put together a training camp and come in, and I don't like to see guys fighting it. Be a 31-year age difference during that fight. Just you guys know what I think of that stuff.
That said, it is on Netflix, which is a new development, right? Them getting into live sports. Obviously, you have a TV deal coming up soon.
I think that Netflix should have gotten into live sports years ago. I think they're.
I agree with that. It's kind of weird, right? Netflix has a massive audience, and now they're getting into it. It's crazy.
They're late to the game, but they are a force. They're a force, man. And when you look at the amount of homes that they're in worldwide. You guys heard me talk about this show, Reacher? I posted about it. I love that show. I hate fucking TV. I don't watch any TV shows, hardly ever. Don't watch movies anymore. But I love the show Reacher, right? I can watch Reacher whenever I want to. I can watch it when I get home. I can watch it next week. I can, right? Live sports like this event tonight, you had to watch tonight. As all these massive streaming companies start to get bigger and bigger, they have to be involved in live sports.
Safe to say you'll be talking to them when your TV deal comes up?
I'm sure we'll be talking to everybody.
I think it's a lock that the UFC is going to go to Netflix. I think it's a lock. And it makes me a little nervous, I'm not going to lie, because I'm curious, what does that mean for the pay-per-views? Like, we hoard subscribers over for pay-per-views, so I'm like, how's that going to work for us? But we'll adapt. We'll overcome, and hopefully I don't have to pay $85 every month, sometimes twice in a month. So I'm good with it. I'm fucking good with it. We'll figure it out. Dana White on the difference between the way boxing events in Saudi Arabia are presented. Oh, this should be good too. Wow, I missed a good media scrum.
I think the difference is that, and I don't know this for a fact, but I'm just assuming, the boxing events that they're holding, they're their events, and they run all the production and everything else, and they put some money into those things, man. They really do. But when we go there, we'll be running the production. I think.
You know, they like to throw money around a lot, but basically it's a shit production. Don't worry, we'll take care of that when we get there. I'm curious to see what's going to look like in Saudi.
I did not.
What's the question here? Dana White asked about Ngannou-Joshua fight going into the Fury fight. If Fury trained, did he shit on Ngannou? Let's hear it.
I did not. I mean, I saw it on social media. Yeah.
AKA, I pirated the fight.
You make of that finish in the Francis fight?
What do you mean? What did I make?
Yeah,
what did I make of it?
What you saw, like it was. People are saying it's one of the more violent knockouts in boxing history.
Yeah, I mean,
look at the delight in his face.
Going into the Fury fight, if Fury trained for the fight and didn't show up and look like he ate Tyson Fury, it's probably the way that fight would have ended too. I mean, listen.
Wow, not giving Ngannou any credit for the Fury fight. Wow. I mean, I agree. I said it when the fight went down. Was it Friday? I thought that, Tyson didn't take it as serious.
Trained for the fight and didn't show up and, look like he ate Tyson Fury. It's probably the way that fight would have ended too. I mean, listen, the crossover, you know how I feel about crossovers into boxing, and that's how they end. Just like that.
Oh, you took a Goldie response. By the way, they put gold. We put a tweet out. If you can scroll back on X at the MMA-Holes, they put a promo out for UFC 300, the Who song playing, and it was a pretty good promo. And then I hear Mike Goldberg in there, and all I could think about is, how are you doing this event without Goldie? How is he not even a part of this thing? I'm not saying have him commentate the whole freaking card, but slide him in for a couple of fights or have him as a guest announcer on some of the, what are we doing? What are you doing? How do you have him in the promo and you're not even going to invite him to the event? That is such a fucked up move. Anyway.
A lot of people talking about Bo Nickel being really high. So how challenging was that?
I'm not kidding you. We literally finalized it today or yesterday. Last night we finalized it right after the weigh-ins. We started moving a couple more things around, and then last night we said, all right, this is it. This is the card, because we were announcing it tonight. So if we didn't announce it tonight, we'd probably still be playing with it next week.
Wait, you didn't answer the question, though. Didn't he ask about Bo Nickel on the main card?
A lot of people talking about Bo Nickel being really high. So how challenging was that?
I'm not kidding you. We literally finalized it today.
Why is Bo Nickel on the main card fighting a nobody? You have a jacked.
He was jacked.
You have a jacked UFC 300 card. Just It is. It's a great, top to bottom fight card. And then Bo Nickel is on the main card fighting a nobody. How does that work with champions, like former champs, underneath on the prelims? Why? What's the reasoning for that? I don't get. I mean, is Bo that much of a draw? He hasn't done that much yet to I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, okay. Dana White, this is when you know we've gone too long with the press conference and starts talking about clothing. Sure. All right, who cares about that? Okay, that's it. All right. I think we covered it all. Did I miss anything? That was our roundup of UFC 299. Now, report card wise, okay? I give Dustin Poirier an A+. Now, I shouldn't give him an A+ because he got dominated in that first round, but he fought a guy down on the rankings, and I feel that that was a positive, very, very positive performance by Dustin. Just the feeling of the knockout in that second round, how just Dustin was able to weather the storm, well-deserved of an A+ rating, a score for that. Passed with flying colors on my report card over here. I give Sean O'Malley a B. A B. Because, listen, he dominated, yes, but it was a number 5 ranked fighter, and Chito got an F. He got an F on that. Sean could not get the job done. If Sean would have finished that fight, A, maybe A+, who knows, maybe A-, I don't know. But I'm giving Sean O'Malley a B, an F for Chito in the fight. I want to know, on the top two, what do you think? Benoit Saint Denis, I'm not going to give him quite an F because he did dominate in that first round, beat up Dustin Poirier. The gas tank went down, and he got finished in that second. So I'll give Saint Denis a D, maybe even a D+, because he could have. He could have put him out there, but he didn't get the job done. Yeah, that's right, that one, girl, only a B. He's lucky he got a B. He was about to get a C, because if you listen to Sean O'Malley afterwards, he was even disappointed with the performance. And he almost got finished at the end of the fight. He's lucky he got that B rating. Now, in the comments section down below, I want you guys to score the card down below. And if you do like the ratings, maybe, just maybe, we'll do a whole show of us rating each and every fight on every pay-per-view, maybe even every fight night. But I want you to give your scores, your ratings down below in the comments section. Thank you guys for stopping. Make sure you use mybookie.ag. The promo code is MMA-HOLES. Get your bets in for all the sports, UFC. Use the code, get 10% off. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for all the likes on the stream. If you didn't hit the like button, hit that as well. We'll be live again here on Wednesday night. The MMA-Holes will ride again. Who knows? Maybe a Gummy Gang tomorrow. You never know. So go subscribe to Gummy Gang as well. And remember this. Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA-Hole. Good night.
A black man can't drink?